And we're back here once again with another episode of the MSK Show, and this is going to be episode 515. So I hope you guys have a great day, and I hope you guys have a great rest of your week that is ahead of you. And in this episode of the MSK Show, we do have one topic for you guys tonight for this episode of the MSK Show, and that is going to be just in a little bit after intros and having some guide bro fun. We are going to be doing a Supergirl movie review. So, and I always say this because people always ask me, I've been doing this for a decade plus at this point. Every movie review we do is spoilers. Just
you have to say that because some people be like, why'd you spoil it? You clicked on the podcast.
Yeah. Even if I were to say in the review there are spoilers, don't keep watching, they would still watch. The reason why I do this, I don't mind if people do spoiler free or spoil. It doesn't matter. My own personal preference is the reason why I can't really talk about a movie fully to its extent unless I can spoil it. That's why I just title it a movie. Yeah. So
look, if you're gonna do like your own review that's recorded or whatnot, then yeah, I could understand, doing spoiler free. But we're on a live stream.
How would
we're going to be talking about the movie.
How would you
That's the whole point.
Yeah, how would you sufficiently get through that hour if you didn't spoil the movie? You'd be like, well, her hair was blowing in the wind.
Well, this happened and this happened. Something happens. Trust me, this movie's been spoiled already by people talking about it.
Some would say it's spoiled rotten to the core. Who knows what I assume about this movie? So, just so you guys know, also next week, the MSK show, that's going to be next Monday. So if people don't know,
it's canceled.
No, sadly, no.
No.
God damn it. So, as people know, I have really bad OCD. So sometimes I don't really put out certain things that we do until we've done the things before it. Depends on what it is. Like if it's like a starting movie in a franchise, I'll just release it. It doesn't even matter, obviously. But I'm going to have us review Superman next week, and then I'll upload this review after that. That way they're in order, so that way when Clayface comes out later this year, I just upload it, ready to go, and then when Man of Tomorrow hopefully maybe comes out in 2027 at some point during the year, I'll upload
I love how many addendums he had on that.
And then, maybe if the universe continues after 2027 and the company's not burning on fire because they decided to invest their money into checks notes, Star Trek, and Transformers in the year of 2028. Well, you guys know where the podcast went. I actually just, gave up. I'm going to retire the MSK show. We're going to be like a romance novel,
Bob's excited. He's like,
yes, Lord.
Retire the show.
No, we're not talking about Harry Potter. Harry Potter is for literal losers.
Cancel us.
But if anybody doesn't know, I did go and watch Supergirl. I went to the 2:00 screening. It was actually over.
Wait a minute. You said that Harry Potter's for losers, but we're doing a Supergirl review.
I know, right? I'm like, wait a minute.
It got me there. That is true. It's like 4 grown men with like kids and like successful men like me talking about a girl in a superhero movie.
You're a successful man?
Wait a minute. Oh my God. Okay. All right, Jared. How was your weekend, you fucking bastard?
My weekend was great until I saw Supergirl. Yeah, exactly. I read a little bit more of the Peter David Supergirl run, infinitely better. I read some He-Man comics, played some Gears of War. It's a pretty good weekend.
Awesome. All right, Joe, how you doing, man? How is your brother? Is your brother doing better, or are you still got to do the surgery?
Well, they're actually going to let us know tomorrow. He has 2 options for procedures. One is less invasive, one's more invasive, and they got the more invasive one's a more permanent solution, but they don't know if his heart's strong enough for it.
Mm-hmm.
So the less invasive one, they might have to do for now. And then when he gets stronger, they'll do the other one. Or they said this less invasive one could actually fix the problem. But they got other people. They moved into a different hospital. And this one's more cardiac centered. And they're meeting with those people, and his old doctors are meeting with them, and tomorrow they're supposed to have the answers to what procedure he's going to get. Now, when he's going to get it, that all depends on the hospital availability, for emergency rooms. But we're hoping by the end of the week. But thanks for asking. He's doing good. His spirits are good. He's feeling a lot better, but it's like the Army. Hurry up and wait,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right, Bob, how was your weekend, man? Did you besides this movie, did you do anything with like the wife and stuff like that? Any kid stuff usually do?
Not really a whole lot this week. I did go to the casino and won some money, so that was good.
Nice.
I mean, anytime I walk out with $1,000, I'm happy with that.
Gamble your house away.
No, I never.
Not everyone is like
I'm
you,
not
MSK.
willing to lose. So,
Yeah.
but otherwise, yeah. I mean, I put out my own review of Supergirl, and yeah, that was exciting. Actually, I had fun doing that. So I had more fun doing that than I did the actual watching of the movies.
I was watching this movie. I straight up, my brain actually literally just, you know, like there's like those movies where the CGI breaks down like how the cells would be in your body, and how like the cells just break microscopically. That's how my brain was when I was watching this. I was like,
And by MSK, I think this is the image that perfectly summarizes this movie. Those stupid cups.
fuck.
That
disgusting.
is not a good idea.
He needs to just I don't even know how to explain that. How do you explain that to someone? Like, you know, like people are always like, why don't people go and watch these nerd movies with these guys? Show them that picture and then be like, no, you're right. Because you know, like in school, people would always kind of ignore like weird kids. And then you'd always ask them like, hey, why are we ignoring that guy? Is he really weird? Then you would talk to them. You're like, all right, I get it. This person's weird. I should probably never talk to this person, actually. Good Lord. Holy fuck.
Maybe I should follow that advice.
FBI, open up!
Just get the FBI on that. That guy would usually watch like lolly porn or something disgusting like that. But it's, oh God, fucking hell. Oh God. Well, I will also say this because people have asked me on Facebook what did I think about the movie. To be fair, it'll be in the review. I will say this. Okay, how would I break this down for people that don't like me being harsh? Okay, so the best thing that us guys like about women is that they're not us. Okay? Vice versa, that it's also true, right? So if a girl is acting like us, that would be a turnoff, right? Most people would go, okay, I'm probably not going to really be interested in that. It has to be done in a specific way. Like people always bring up Alien, like, but Sigourney Weaver wasn't like a dude though. She wasn't like a dude at all. I suddenly know people aren't watching the movies though. This is why I know most of these people are just following narratives. They're looking at like clips of the movie on YouTube or wherever they're watching this shit, and they're just kind of listening to other people explain things to them. They're not actually watching some of this stuff. It's really crazy how, you know what? This character specifically proves that people will attach themselves and like something, but it just depends on what it is. So I remember this interview that Patty Jenkins had when Wonder Woman was at like that red carpet premiere. You know, when it was like the opening weekend of it, and they had the red carpet premiere. And an interviewer asked her, "Is this movie like is this a movie that little girls can look up to?" And Patty Jenkins or Gal Gadot said it's a movie for girls and boys. But you turn that around, you're like, okay, I can get on board with this. This is pretty cool. They want all of us to really enjoy this movie. Like Patty Jenkins even fought really hard to have that no man's land scene in that movie. Like she was really trying to get that scene in the movie. She finally did and was there to film it and everything. You're like, this is not that bad of a movie. I.e. the final act kind of sours the movie, but it's not a bad experience at all. Then you go to this movie's premiere and this stupid retard is talking about, well, we become really cool with ownership of women's bodies. What? What the fuck?
Well,
I think here's part of what made Wonder Woman so good and appeal to both men and women. One, I mean, obviously she's a great character, but the male characters in that movie were extremely strong for the most part. You know,
as strong as they could be compared to Wonder Woman.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
You know, I mean,
obviously
they're not going to be up to that level, but I mean, they're still strong characters. Chris Pine was great in that film. And even though I didn't particularly like Superman, Rachel Brosnahan as Lois Lane, you know, she was a good, strong female character opposite of Superman in the latest film. Mm-hmm. But never did I feel like she was berating him or anything like that, you know, tearing him down. You know what I'm saying? So that's why Wonder Woman appealed to both men and women, because it was a balance with the characters. Nowadays, with a lot of these films, you know, they'll have the strong female lead, but then they'll make the male character some idiot.
Oh, another thing to add to your point, I want people to also understand, like, if anybody's in the space and they were going through all the interviews, and I do this with a lot of movies, but for some of the reason, the women ones are the ones you should pay attention to more, because they say some of the most craziest, outlandish shit. They'll say certain things like, okay, it's okay if a girl is messy and all that stuff. You know how Millie Alcock was saying that when we were going through all these interviews? Like, last week we went over the Nerdrotic one of the stuff she actually said. And the week before that, when she was saying things like, it's okay if a girl's messy and can basically just like be a whore in space and get blown out by 5 black guys a week and just, it's always her birthday, right? You know what's crazy is that the writer of this movie was like, little girls could look up to this movie. No, they can't.
They really can't. No.
Like, if there's a stark difference, and if I watched Wonder Woman and then I watched this, like, Wonder Woman, the character in that movie, she was kind of like a fish out of water when she kind of like was trying to understand those concepts.
Because it was appropriate in there.
Yeah. She wasn't just some outright man hate. Like, if I had a daughter and she was like, Dad, because obviously I have a lot of kids. Obviously, I have sex with a lot.
Sure you
do. But if men have daughters and your daughter asks you, hey, Dad, which movie should I watch? Supergirl or Wonder Woman? I would be shocked if anyone said Supergirl. This is Wonder Woman is the female superhero movie that you should watch. Or, I would also say this too. The marketing for Gal Gadot and Patty Jenkins' Wonder Woman film did not alienate dudes. They even asked Gal Gadot the same thing. She was like, no, this is for girls and boys. Guys can enjoy Wonder Woman too. Obviously, and people can see the number. Look at the result. Wonder Woman, if you adjust that movie for inflation in today's age, I don't really do that because that's kind of cheating. But if I were to use that argument, that movie actually makes $1 billion. More than that, probably. If you adjust it for inflation, that movie's over $1 billion.
Until Aquaman, that was the highest performing DCEU movie.
And it was crazy. I thought, what's retarded of all these stupid fucking losers on Twitter? Misogyny. They just hate strong women characters.
Wonder Woman
was at one point the highest grossing movie in the DCU.
Highest rated as well. It was also highest rated.
Checks notes as a woman. So do guys hate women, or do they only not like female crazy boss characters talking nonsense? There's other ways I could have explained it, but like, if people are this hateful of women, then why was one of the most successful movie in that universe woman-led?
It's still one of the most successful DC movies.
Like, arguably, I would say so. People would kill to have those Wonder Woman numbers for this movie opening weekend. People are like, that movie opened to like $250 million after the first weekend. It's insane.
It just went up. It was like going nuts.
Yeah. So I'm just pointing out here, if men didn't like women, why in the world do they go and support Wonder Woman? You could argue the space has kind of died out. You could argue that. You could. Okay. And I would say, don't use Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel made money by complete luck. No, that movie's fucking
just
horrible.
Because it was in a period where people were big on the MCU.
And it was sandwiched between the two biggest Avengers movies.
And that's why I never use Captain Marvel, because Captain Marvel made money by luck. We all know Captain Marvel made money by luck. It was luck of sheer timing and all that stuff. It's not a good movie. It's actually not good at all. Brie Larson, it was crazy. In spite of what she was saying, it did better because of the goodwill of the MCU. It actually did well in spite of what she was saying. And keep in mind, there's other successful female-led movies out there that have made gangbusters box office-wise. The Alien movies. You also have the Terminator movies, which are obviously led by a woman. You have the Scream movies. Guys, literally the Scream 7, which isn't even a good Scream movie by Scream movie standards for the most part, is the highest grossing Scream movie in the franchise. If people didn't really like women, why the fuck is that movie doing so well? You know what's crazy? Another one just came out. Devil Wears Prada 2. I don't watch the first one. I'm not gay. I don't watch those movies, but it's crazy. If you put out stuff that women want to go see, they go and see it. Devil Wears Prada 2, I think it's done like 602.
Yeah, it's done pretty well.
Supergirl ain't scratching that. It's barely gonna probably scratch 120. Our prediction, it was crazy. We were wrong. All of us are wrong. You know, we were saying like $200 million max. No. That movie might be
MSK. Wait. You have, to understand how bad this is, Morbius had a better opening than Supergirl. Morbius.
I'll point out, we gave it the lowest number possible I think we were all wrong. I was wrong.
I know we were all wrong. It's just, we weren't wrong in the way people hoped we were wrong.
Yeah, this movie might be lucky if it scratches $110 million.
And I love how Warner Brothers is like, we'll be happy if it reaches 300 million. I'm like, that ain't happening.
Even when they lied about the break-even point. The break-even point is not 373. But let's just say it was. Let's just say, for argument's sake, you are right. It's not hitting that. So even with the number you probably lied about, you still lost. Same thing that Brave New World went through. Brave New World, people were like, it only needs like $300 million to break even. They didn't reach that at all. It actually made way less under that. So I'm just pointing out here. Also, people keep saying women aren't into superhero movies. No shit. I could have told you that. Actually,
you notice they did a study and looked at like what was the demographic of people that went to go see Supergirl.
All men, most men
MSK men. So obviously the movie that was marketed toward women did a horrible job of attracting that demographic market.
Or to your point, or women just aren't the majority of the audience members. I want people to really understand this though. When I'm saying this, I'm not saying this trying to rewrite every history. I'm saying this based off the majority of life experience I've went through. The only time I've ever seen girls interested in the stuff, and interest, I'm using that very, very loosely, is when they were with their boyfriends.
Yeah.
You always ask girls, do you like this? Are you into this? And they would say, no, I'm just here to support my boyfriend, which I think is awesome. I think girls do a supportive role very well. That's a very good thing. I remember. Do you guys remember being in school and having to like hide some of your nerd interests because girls would just make fun of you?
So I never had to do that.
Like I'm just pointing out, a lot of guys had to hide their nerd interests from women. Women are a minority in the stuff. That's not saying you're not allowed to like it. That's not saying you can't like it. That's not saying you never did like it. I'm just saying you are the minority. And the thing is, I also find this funny. People blame this movie's failure on misogyny, despite the fact that more men showed up to watch it than the target audience this movie was marketed to. How in the world does that make any logical sense? They get all the blame if it fails, and then they're also the reason why it would not perform as well based on the fact that you didn't go see it. So the movie gets weirdly... So men are to blame for it failing, but women aren't to blame for it. It's clearly kind of marketed towards women if you kind of look at the marketing for it, but... I would always say for any superhero movie, more guys are always going to go watch, like the Marvels. Oh my God, white guys. I hate some of you guys sometimes. Why did more white guys go and watch the Marvels? The highest ethnicity that watched the Marvels was white dudes. White dudes watched the Marvels more.
Because maybe guys are fans of Captain Marvel as a character.
That's crazy. I'm just pointing out, and to be fair, whites make up the majority of the race here. They just in general do. So they're probably going to be the majority in most things. But I'm just pointing out here, the race of men that always gets blamed is white dudes, and they're the majority of the people supporting these movies, though. It's statistically proven. It is statistically proven that men are the ones supporting it, not the women. So all these girls that are saying that I support the movie, it doesn't matter. You're not the majority. Minority. It doesn't matter. You could watch the movie 10 times, it wouldn't change anything, actually. What you want to say, Joe?
Well, it's just a coping mechanism. It's what they say. It's what people always say. I get this in a lot of groups I'm in. Well, it's misogyny. The white guys are bad. They did this. And when I bring up, like with the Marvels, it was white guys got attacked in this one group, one Facebook group I'm in. And I said, well, wait a minute. It's 3 women. One's Muslim, Middle Eastern, or Pakistani. The other one's black. And there's a white woman. Where were the white women? Where were the black women? Where were the Muslim women? Where were the Pakistanis? They didn't support it, so why did the white guys get blamed, who were the majority of the people that showed up for it?
Yeah.
But it's like when Millie Ellicott said, well, there's a strained ownership of the women's bodies. They're just talking points. They don't know what they mean. They just say them. They came out.
Remember when she said she wanted to keep them binary? Like, we have this binary way of looking at women. It's like, what the fuck are you talking about?
There's only 2 ways to be a woman. And but then she said, well, that's centered around a man. Like, somehow that's going to make it better.
Even though that's not true, because the movie
there's no love story.
And then she tried to like play off, is Supergirl, maybe Supergirl swings both ways. I'm like, she doesn't.
Actually, in the movie, it's proven she doesn't. Oh my God. When you guys told me she wasn't going to, you guys didn't know what I knew. Let's be honest here. When she was on her vacation, she was getting passed around at these parties like a blunt. Let's be honest
The
here.
college bicycle.
I was right. You guys have to admit, I was right. Come on. You know,
I refer to Joe's
space.
statement right here.
You guys just want to admit I'm right. I was right. She was gonna be a whore in space. I knew it from that drunken breath I could feel after watching Superman. I was right. You guys have to admit it. I was right, dude. I'm not okay. We're gonna do a review. There's a part in this movie where you could feel her stank pussy on the screen. You guys want to see what I'm talking about? There's a part where you could feel the stanky vagina that I could smell. I could smell the fucking jungle fever of her hairy.
Okay, move on to the review, MSK.
I'm just pointing out I was right. I love being right. I'm always gonna be right. I saw a drunken whore. I'm like, bro, she gets blown out every weekend.
Says the guy who likes to be pressed against sweaty men.
That's not true.
But I don't. I mean,
will you say she
really...
lived her life bi-curiously, MSK, like you do?
He sure was. He was doing that every weekend.
Oh, so he admits that he's bi-curious now.
No. I'm saying, hey, if you think Henry Cavill's hot, I'm not saying that's gay though. Like, don't we all think he's kind of hot? No homo, Henry Cavill. He's not right. You wouldn't say he's ugly, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just pointing out.
So
anyway, Supergirl.
No, I'm just saying, like, oh god, it's just that was the cringiest part of like when she was doing that interview. She was like, "Oh, it's okay for girls to be messy." So messy, and that's what I told you guys in the last episode we did. Messy to women in that kind of demographic means sleeping with 10 guys a week, just getting dicked repeatedly. It also means you can just go to bars and get blasted, wasted, drunk.
Anyway, Supergirl.
I'm just pointing out that's what they mean. That
or you're pointing out something.
Oh no, that's what they mean. I don't want to be a traditional woman that has like a family. Who needs to do that? It's really just that's so 1990 to just get married and have
anyway.
Kids. Yeah. The view of MSK. What do you mean?
Exactly. I think Jared, I think you shared that video on X, and the one guy was giving his review, and I believe it was in that one where he said she's more nuanced, Kara, than Superman. And I was like, well,
that's true. But there's because here's the thing. The Tom King book, so Tom King specifically really misinterpreted who Kara is. Because even if you look at the version I would have done, where you could have done that sort of, for lack of a better term, edge, is the new 52 version. Because it had that she gets, so when she arrives on Earth, it's a portal and she doesn't even know Krypton blew up. So it's like she goes to sleep. Her parents knew, but didn't tell her, teleported her to Earth. Obviously, she showed up when Superman's an adult, but she doesn't know what's going on. She learns this and has to adjust to her position and deal with like the trauma of losing Krypton. That's a way to do it, but not with like she's going on a binge drinking spree and stuff. I'm like, I get that Kara's nuanced, but there's a way to do it.
Well, they say, they think that's character, like getting drunk and acting like an idiot and being depressed is some kind of nuanced character. And it's not. You look at
that was the funny part. This movie's not centered on a man. Whole movie's
about
about a man.
Lost. Are we in the review already?
Oh no, Joe. Finish what you were saying.
We're already practically reviewing it.
No, I'm just saying I can feel her vagina through the screen. I'm just pointing out.
Anyway, so
no, Joe. Finish what you were saying, and then we'll go. Okay.
No, I'm just saying that's people think that's character as being a drunk, depressed, person. That's not character. I mean, can be an aspect of a character, but it doesn't make them interesting. I mean, I was talking with someone on X. There was a big thing in the 70s and even 80s with sitcoms where it was in several shows where a character would lose a friend. They would die or something tragic would happen to this friend. And this person would decide they need to live their life to the fullest. And they immediately went and just got drunk all the time and partied. Like somehow that's living life to the
every
fullest
time
is getting drunk.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And I think about that. It's just stupid because.
And here's the other thing.
That's what she did. And it was just dumb.
Well, and it's the other thing. This movie exists. You know why this was the second movie of the DCU? Because James Gunn liked the book it was based on.
Yep.
That's it. That's why all this is the James Gunn cinematic universe.
Yep. A very special episode. Yep. We're going to have some fun here. All right, let's go. All right, quality. We only produce quality here. As you guys know, I'm just a quality producing machine at this point. I just produce it out of my ass at this point. I'm just that good at producing quality, No?
You're good at producing something.
Oh, wait, which is quality? Right?
No.
Right? Oh my god. All right, let's have some fun here. Hey everyone, I am MSK. Whoa, I'm not MSK. I'm Black and Fist. No, that's a Dragon Ball Z YouTuber. I should be called Black and Fist, actually. Maybe that would work, right?
How come your intros always just devolve into like this stream of consciousness? Like,
Yeah, I know. I'm
you
like,
being
wait,
black
what?
and rich and having wives and you know.
Do you
Which
not
you
see
obviously
exactly-
don't have.
What?
Yeah, it's
Oh my god, Jared's supposed to be on my side. Now he's on your guys' side. What the fuck?
When was I ever on your side?
I hate you. Oh my god. Let's have some fun here, boys. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a movie review for Supergirl, which is the second installment in the DCU, directed by Craig Gillespie, and it is also starring Millie Alcock. As I always say, she loves big black cock. I don't know why parents would ever name her. What the fuck? Hold on, there was a lady here. Oh, this is Toasty. My brain just farted. MSK is my favorite black autist. I'm not autistic. I'm just like super just black and not white. I've just been having a lot of sex. My dick might fall off at this point.
Oh, brother,
You should go to see a doctor if that's the case.
Aren't you a doctor?
No, I'm a nurse.
Ah, fuck. So you can't just like give me like dick pills or anything?
Those aren't for that.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord. Okay. All right, let's have some fun. Which is oh my God, I hate all of you. It's okay. We bring the quality here. It's what we do. This feel like an ad. It's quality. It's what we do, like verb, what we do. No, you guys are not old enough for that. Oh my God. Jeez, man. No? All right. Hey, everyone. Bob is Mexican, Joe is white, and so is Jared. Right? No? Okay, these are all
It's
jokes.
like your eighth intro in this show.
I know.
by the way.
These aren't
We're-
intros. I'm just having some fun. Okay.
Okay.
Be serious now. Oh my God. Hey everyone, I am MSK, aka Master Swag King, coming at you guys today with another video. And if you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. And in today's video, we are going to be doing a Supergirl movie review. Supergirl is the second installment in the DCU, directed by Craig Gillespie, starring Millie Alcock, and this movie is written by Anna Nagaria. So, if you guys have previously watched our Superman movie review, well, we were pretty sour on that movie, actually. Joe was a little bit more lighthearted on it than we were. So, as you guys know, I thought Superman was just okay. Like, it was just okay. Ultimately, it kind of would fall into the same category that I would view this movie. In a few weeks, in a few months, I would just say I'm going to forget most of this movie. I'll probably have to end up rewatching scenes on YouTube just to remember what was in it, because holy mother of God, like Superman was just weird for all the different choices James Gunn was trying to do with Superman, right? This one is just kind of stupid. I'm sitting here watching this movie and like, you guys know, like, there's like these sci-fi movies where they kind of break down how your cells work in your body and how like your brain functions and like that. There was a part in this movie where my brain did the same thing. It broke down microscopically and it was eviscerated by just a bunch of shit. Because this is the reason why I knew James Gunn was taking a shot at Marvel when he said that thing of like, we're not going to have a movie come out until the script is iron tight and good enough for our quality. He was definitely taking a shot at Marvel because, well, as you guys know, Marvel has been putting out just fuck God knows whatever recently just to fill up, release dates for movies. So if you guys don't know, like, I love DC. As you guys can see from my literal fucking wall, I have a lot of comic books. I've watched a lot
as he motions to his satellite dish.
This is the chair. Fuck you. I watch DC animated TV shows and movies and live action stuff, and I have comic books. And, I really thought, because people always say, MSK, you're always so negative. I was not. talked to Jerry and talked to Bob when I first met them. I said, you know what? I have hope for James Gunn. I hope he does a good job. You know, people say I'm always negative, which is not true. I said, I hope he does a good job, and I hope he gives us what we want. Well, I was wrong, and it's very rare.
He gave us what he wants. And I'm referring to James Gunn and not MSK.
Yeah, like, hey, I'm just saying, like, I try to always be understanding to a certain extent. Even if I'm critical of something, I'll always be like, okay, maybe there's some aspects I can give to it as a positive, right? I was wrong. I thought he could do it. I thought he had the right idea. I was wrong. Based off also at the time of us doing the Supergirl movie review, right? They also would pretty much simultaneously announce from the trades, instead of just kind of bringing in Batman, Wonder Woman, or Aquaman, or Green Arrow, or Shazam, or Black Canary, or Adam, or any other character you probably enjoy.
Or any A-lister.
Let's just fast track the Deathstroke and Bane movie that you probably only heard of randomly once, that they announced the one time last year. And like the beginning of like
Oh,
January.
and remember, and then all of a sudden they're saying, oh, we definitely know who the DCU Batman is. They're trying to deflect from this movie flopping harder than Morbius.
Also, before we get into the review fully, let's break this down. This universe at this point has less Batman than the previous one did. The previous one at least had Batman in like what, 3 movies? BVS, as you count 4, the both Justice League cuts, and then you have the Flash.
Yeah, no, one more. He was in the post-credit scene of the original Suicide Squad movie to assemble the Justice League.
You're right. So this universe, which was supposed to be an improved, better version of the last one,
more true to the comics. We have creatives that say they didn't read the comics and brag about it.
Hey, but we got a lot of crypto. I mean,
it's crazy at this point. So, oh God, like I don't even know. I'm always joking when I say that. I don't know where to start. I'm joking, obviously. I do know where to start, and I want to let people know this because I know this one's going to get a lot more attention than my other movie reviews. The way I like to review movies is, you agree or disagree. That's fine. Just explain why you think the way you think and how you got to your position. That's usually fine by me. Doesn't matter if we agree or disagree. It doesn't matter at all. I think it's awesome that if people disagree and agree on certain things. It makes what makes this kind of thing fun and having more better discussions, right? I'm just gonna be honest here. There has to be like some sort of coordinated bot campaign to push this movie. Like I'm sitting there watching this, going like, I can see why Nolan Wynn supported this. And before we get influenced in the movie, I have one more aspect to bring up. All of us, when we watch the trailers, all of us, it's crazy. We usually, for the most part, always on the same wavelength though. All of us went, we're just not interested. All of us went like, nah, we're just not interested. Like, I'll be honest, the only reason why we actually are doing the review right now is because we all like superheroes and we kind of like reviewing movies. If this was something completely random in another universe we didn't give a fuck about, I wouldn't even care to go watch this, honestly. If this was a superhero attached to it, I would give a fuck if this existed at all, period, right? So I do want to point out that a lot of people are bringing up Wonder Woman currently to compare to this one. So Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot were asked in an interview, I think together or separate. The interviewer asked them, is this a movie that girls can look up to? Little girls, can they enjoy this movie? Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot echoed the same sentiment. This movie is for girls and boys, not alienating them. What did this actress do when she was getting interviewed per the movie's marketing tour? Well, she started saying like cringe retard shit like ownership of women's bodies, insulting Christian dads for whatever reason, obviously. Started saying things like, it's okay if a girl's messy and goes to a bar and gets her back blown out by 5 black guys repeatedly every single week. Like, it's okay to just, randomly open a door.
That's an average Tuesday for MSK.
Obviously.
Except she's on the receiving end.
It's obviously okay if like a random girl character knocks on her door, she opens the door, then she just takes her pants off with her hairy, disgusting, smelly vagina and just starts urinating. That's what we want to see out of women, right? And you know what's crazy? The reason why I like women, obviously, even though I shit on them repeatedly because they're stupid sometimes.
Oh, sure you do.
We like women because they're not like us, right? And vice versa. Women like us for the same reasons that I just said right there, right? Just vice versa, right? If she's just like a dude, is there anything there that I should care about? No. So let's go over a lot of this. Let's start with this piece of shit fucking movie I just watched. Holy shit, I was watching this going, what the fuck is this? And I'm always fair. I'll bring up some things I enjoyed. There was some Not a lot. There were some. Let's start with the power structure of this movie. It is retarded. It's literally stupid. There's a part in this movie where it first starts where she's battling this humongous alien.
Without her powers, under a red sun.
Under a red sun. And is hitting him, and he's getting knocked back. Like, what the? This is stupid. This automatically I saw that.
And she takes a punch to the face by this dude, and somehow gets up, and she's like, "Oh, she's all fine." He's like, "Oh, look, I'm bleeding."
Even worse. You know that hammer thing that like knights use that has like that metal chain, that spiky ball. She got hit.
So a mace. She got mace.
She got hit with a fucking mace, knocked to the ground, and went, "Oh yeah, I'm good." This is a red sun. She even states in the movie, "I'm like a human if I'm under a red sun. She should be dead getting clocked with that thing. Normal people would die getting clocked under that thing." Like, holy shit, power structure was all the fuck over this movie. Is she strong or is she not? And then I about almost left the theater when I saw this. This is the dumbest fucking movie of all time. I actually almost can't even get this point out. Holy shit, this shit was bad. So they're trying to go to this planet that Krem is on. She talks to that one character, that alien one. She's like, "Bring me to this planet." Holy shit. This planet, holy fuck, is green kryptonite for a planet, but it alternates between the sun.
It's green sun. And I'm like, by the way, that's only from that Tom King comic I mentioned earlier. And besides that, and people could say, well, it's from the comic. Yeah, it doesn't mean it's not freaking stupid. That's not how the solar radiation works. There's a reason why green affects krypton. By that logic, how is Superman not hurling his guts when he's near Hal Jordan?
Oh, it's even worse. You know what's worse? In that little, those little title cards she had in the movie where she was like typing out the yellow and all that shit. Oh my God. What a cringe oh my God. I almost lost my brain. So apparently, this is so stupid too. First, and to get to the point, the reason why I'm bringing this up is because it's awful. The planet apparently rotates between them. What a disgusting, shitty piece of plot armor to give your character. Hey, coming here should probably kill you. You should probably maybe battle through the kryptonite. Maybe also doing something.
Hey, MSK, she couldn't see that from space when she was flying to the planet.
I was so blown. It rotates. So the thing is, the reason I bring
it rotates with a yellow sun too. Right. You didn't include that. Mm-hmm. So there's a green sun and a red sun, or I'm sorry, yellow sun.
Yeah.
The planet's in the middle and it goes around.
Mm-hmm.
So half the time she's powerful and half the time she's dying. It made no sense.
Like, I'm sitting here watching this going, wait a minute, she's about to die. And then what's crazy is they said that it rotates every 12 hours? I'll be honest here. She looked like she was there the entire time. At the right when it struck a 13th hour, she came back to life. She's literally dead. She's actually on the floor, just dead. I'm like, what am I watching? This is retarded. Like, remember in Superman when he was in that cage with that Metamorpho guy and Lex Luthor? Superman was on the ground, pretty much on the floor, hawking up a lung, about to die himself. He almost died just from having a fake kryptonite injected into his body. Fake. This is almost practically what he conjures up in his mind. He thinks it looks like and how it damages him. This is do you guys know how powerful the sun is? This is a sun where it radiated green kryptonite energy. Do you know how horrible that is? I want to repeat this to people.
Not a thing. And again, it's not a thing.
Yeah. You know what's crazy? Superman was hawking up a lung from a fake version that Lex Luthor and Metamorpho bring up for him. He didn't really know what it looked like. He's kind of just going off memory or whatever. This is a sun knocking green energy into her body, and she's not dead. I'm like, this is absolutely a shit movie. What the fuck is this?
Bro, you actually bring up a fantastic point. How is she not dead? Because quantity-wise.
Right, the sun, people don't know how powerful our sun is. It literally gives us life, essentially, to live here.
Regardless.
Yeah.
If a small thing is going to hurt him like that and take him out of action.
This is on a massive scale. This sun, how powerful it is. She should be dead in the atmosphere.
It was just stupid to begin with, because even if she was affected by, okay, the whole point is kryptonite has a very specific type of radiation because it's from her home planet.
Right.
this sun, it's emitting its own type of radiation. It just happened to be green.
Over the whole
It's not
planet.
emitting
It should
kryptonite.
do nothing to her.
Yeah,
Yeah, you know
that's
what's
not the
crazy?
way this works.
It's
Yeah,
so
you know what's
stupid.
crazy about this? If people don't know, so like, just not like going into this in depthly, but like our sun is able to give this whole entire planet basically life. Okay, so now factor that in. If it does the reverse to a Kryptonian, where it's green energy constantly for 12 hours, there is just beyond no reasonable doubt she should be alive in any context.
Also, can I say
never
one more
seen
thing?
something written that bad. That is retarded shit logic. That's stupid.
The other factor, when you look at the different suns, because she's under a red sun in this movie, a yellow sun, and a green sun. The problem with that, you could never tell, because when she's under the red sun in the daytime, there's no like red hue or anything like that.
Mhm.
There's a slight green one, but it's not really there. I'm like, are you lazy?
I almost couldn't believe what the hell I was looking at. This entire planet radiates green kryptonite energy. She's there for 12 hours. Do you know how long 12 hours is? You're dead. You're
12
dead.
hours.
You're fucking dead. You're dead. I was like, all right, this is trash. Then
720 minutes.
there's another part of the movie where I was like, this is absolutely terrible.
Okay.
Oh,
I got
sorry, go ahead.
I got to
Go
say
ahead,
something,
Joe.
because this
Yeah, go ahead.
Go
the
ahead,
thing that really bugged me about that whole scene, and to tell the audience, there's a point where she needs to go find Krem, and she goes to these pirates, and she forces them to take him there, and they put a sack on her head, so she doesn't know where she's going because they're taking her to a green sun. She doesn't use her X-ray vision to look. She
Even though
does look
clearly
at her
used it
little
early
watch.
in the movie. Yeah.
She has a watch to see the timer for when Crypto's going to die, because he had a 3-day timer. She doesn't do that after she was already betrayed by somebody earlier in the movie. These pirates drop her off and just throw her out in the desert, which, by the way, every planet looked the same, but whatever.
Mhm.
So Krem doesn't know where she is. The only reason he knows she's even there is because they capture
That
Ruthie.
Asian chick. Yeah.
So why didn't the pirates tell Krem where she is, or deliver her to him, or drop her off so she gets weak and let him know so they could curry favor with him? Or maybe, they were really afraid that by bringing her there, even if Krem wanted her there, they didn't want to even get involved with them, so they just dropped her off, which is fine. But so he doesn't know where she is, and they just happen to stumble into Ruthie, but they can't find her. And you got to know, if Ruthie's there on her feet, why aren't they out looking for Kara?
They could have found her
Because
instantly. I was
She
gonna say
had
too.
to be within
Yeah.
a couple miles. And it's all
No, you know what's
desert.
crazy
So
is
you look
they
for
found her
A.
instantly. They found right when she was looking at that one
Yeah.
alien take a bath.
Well,
That
well,
other
she-
one
yeah.
that was next to him found her instantly. I'm
So why
like,
wasn't Krem's people combing the desert, and there
Right?
was not a lot
Yeah.
of places to hide? And you
How-
had to be within walking distance for Ruthie to get to that body of water, so they would have had a decent area to look.
Mhm.
It was so dumb.
Well, I want to know how Krem knew she was Kryptonian to begin with.
Yeah.
nothing implied that.
And
Nothing
then
he
implied
had
that
the
at all.
At
kryptonite
no
dart.
point. No point.
Oh.
Other than when she's talking with what was the sidekick's name? Ruthie? You
Oh,
said?
the girl?
yeah.
Okay. Other than when she was talking to Ruthie, she never mentions to anybody that she's Kryptonian.
That's
Yeah.
true. So
She
I'm
only
like, how
mentioned
would
it
you
There's
know?
a
to
lot
their-
of problems in
She
this.
only mentioned it to that Asian chick, but no one was around them to hear. They were in that little room before the thing
Yeah.
happened when she was telling her a flashback. That's it. That's the only person she tells she's Kryptonian.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She only mentioned it to her.
And when they got betrayed by that family, because they're on this planet, and this family takes them in to say they know somebody who knows where Krem is, and they put him in a bedroom, and they betray him to Krem. They said, well, we'll give you these two girls if we can keep our
Right,
daughter,
yeah.
because they're kidnapping girls. Well, why doesn't she use her super hearing
I
to
was like, dude,
listen to what these people are talking about?
Oh,
I
I knew they were gonna sell her out. I was watching. I was like,
Well,
I
me
knew they
too.
were gonna
when they
sell her
locked
out.
her in a room.
Also, the other thing that I really want to bring up, because Clownfish TV did a review of this and they brought this up. Okay, so they're essentially traffickers, right? They're child trafficker stuff. So because they want to perpetuate their race. So so they happen to kidnap all these women, all of which are human or
Yeah, they all look
human-ish.
human.
Right. They want the prettiest women to mate with, so they have a strong, superior warrior race. Because they don't, if they give birth to girls, they yeet them into
Also,
space,
can I
essentially.
say this? The whole idea. So, what do we name these pirate guys? brigands.
They were the
brigands.
yeah.
That's like
You know
saying, what do we name pirates? Pirates.
You know what's crazy about that? What you just brought up? It's I know I heard it in the movie. This is so stupid. If they throw away the women, how will the men be born?
Mm-hmm.
Well, they have to
That
capture
literally is
new women.
retarded. If they throw away
yeah.
the women who get pregnant and give birth to men and maybe women, how would you have? Because they want to do that so they keep their race going. But you need women for that.
It doesn't make any sense because if you have a girl, a baby girl, and you get rid of her, then you got to go out and capture more girls to procreate your race.
what?
Just keep the ones you got.
Yeah,
And if you want to subjugate them, subjugate it. It doesn't make any sense.
Well,
Their
they
plan
they
is
did it
stupid.
because they wanted it to make them sound like they were
They want to
worst
genetically,
people.
yeah.
So like it's bad enough that they're
They
trafficking.
want to be
women,
Nazis. Let's
but
face
yeah,
it.
it's bad enough they're trafficking women, but you know what's even worse? They throw them away. Let's add that in there. I mean,
Or-
it was like
As soon as they fulfill their usefulness, they discard them.
Yeah, you know what's crazy?
Yeah.
That means that entire empire is ran by retards. So after the women give birth, after they maybe
As
grape
if they
them,
can only
right?
have one and done. They only have
Yeah.
one shot.
What? What? That is
It's
stupid. So they want to
yeah,
preserve their race by throwing away the women that give birth to the. You know what's even worse about this movie? The whole movie shouldn't even happen. So there's a part, and I'm skipping, but that's how we do reviews. We kind of talk about everything at some point. Oh my god, my brain was fried. The whole movie shouldn't exist. You guys want to know why?
The other
So-
thing.
Oh, go ahead, Jared.
So then you get to. So I thought, okay, so let me see the Krypton parts. Now the city escaping, Krypton's blowing up. I will say that's very accurate to Kara's Silver Age.
Yeah,
thing.
Argo City.
So that's fine.
I didn't mind that.
But what
'cause
does
their
Gunn
weapon scores were
do?
so much
What's the
just-
one thing that everyone united was a stupid idea in Superman? Making Jor-El send him there to conquer.
Yeah.
What does Gunn do?
Doubles down on it.
He doubles
Just
down and
one
makes it
line.
real.
Yeah.
And I told you guys, I think it was last week, the only way to get around Kara not knowing Jor-El was a conquest dude was to have her born on Argo City
Mhm.
after, never met her uncle, and then her parents never tell her.
you
And
mentioned that.
But
which
why
is
would her
so,
parents
which is what they
never tell
did,
her?
which is what you had to do because she would have went to Earth and said, your dad, wanted you to be a conqueror.
Well,
But-
here's the thing, Joe. I'm going to push back on that slightly because here's the thing. So they're sending her to the exact planet that Jor-El's son is going to, right? And
Yeah.
the parents know that he was sent there to be a conqueror. Wouldn't they tell her, hey, he was sent here to be a conqueror,
Well,
so you may have to fight your cousin?
Oh, I agree with you because that was the stupid plot point. Because, like I said, the only way she wouldn't have known when she met Clark when she crashed on the planet
Mhm.
is if her parents never told her, or she never met Jor-El when she was
Right.
old enough to understand what he was doing. So why wouldn't the parents prepare her and say, your uncle sent him there to conquer, so when you get there, there might be problems? Or hear me out. The universe is pretty big. Send her somewhere else. Like,
Yeah.
like if you think your nephew is going to grow up super powered and conquer a planet and be a dictator, why are you going to send her there? And then her mom says, "Well, do good. You don't have to be nice. You don't have to be friendly. Whatever that stupid, with power, great power comes great responsibility. Rip
Don't need that. Yeah,
Don't
who
be
needs
punk
that?
rock.
And why send them there? Why not warn her and say, when you get there,
Okay.
your cousin might be on a throne of skulls
Before I get
and
to
mating
my-
with 10,000 women. I mean,
Before I get to my second point, which is going to destroy the whole movie, let's tackle this. So, a big thing in Superman that people did optimistically give it was they said, which I even did myself because I like to be that guy sometimes, even though I don't like to. Sometimes I am. People optimistically said, "Hey, maybe in Supergirl, it's revealed it was not what we thought. It was all Lex Luthor, maybe just fucking with him." No.
Yeah.
They doubled down on it. They doubled
They
down.
doubled down.
Yeah.
Like
I-
I knew they were going to do.
I
yeah, 'cause
gave them.
Jared said that last week.
Yeah,
that
I
he
gave them the
wanted
benefit
to
of the
put his
doubt.
spin on it.
I gave them the benefit of the doubt, but no, they didn't. They doubled down on how.
Oh yeah,
that's another
they're like,
stupid
oh well,
decision.
people didn't like it. Well, screw them. We're gonna do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, again, because
Yeah.
Gunn wanted to put his own spin on it, so it was more of, oh, you don't like my vision? Well, screw you. I'm going
And
to
this
double
is
down
the other
on it.
thing. While they were trying, it's so weird how they try to in this movie. And keep in mind, I'm not making them a Superman, but I noticed this with Superman compared to Supergirl is have you guys noticed between both of these movies, they let Supergirl win in a lot of these scenarios, even though she shouldn't have. Superman doesn't win a single fight in his movie.
Even without her powers, she kicks ass.
Yeah.
With Superman, all that movie is him getting his ass kicked. And how does the movie literally start off?
On the ground bleeding.
He crashes. Oh, how does this movie start off? Krypto peeing on him.
Or another thing to add to your point, just one quick thing. It's not just that. They even make her parents look better than his. So she's better than him as what they're trying to show you. So in Superman, he doesn't win any fights. His parents, both adopted, and the main ones are fucking just, the main ones are not even from Kansas. They're fucking lunatic. They're fucking retards. And his actual parents are genocidal maniacs. Her parents are the great, nice, sweet ones who want to save everybody. She wins all her fights. What the fuck is that? It's retarded.
Well, because they can't make her look weak because, she's messy and strong or whatever.
Speaking of Superman, how about when he was a freaking moron the entire movie?
I know, and he's like, well, Kara, can you call me back? I'm worried.
Or he's like, I don't know why I keep talking to you in English, even though you don't speak English. I'm like,
you're
actually, that part didn't bother me. I thought actually that was kind of fine because if he didn't speak Kryptonian, and at least in this version, I was fine with that. That didn't bother me, but where I think, but the part where he was like saying, "Oh, call me back" and whatnot, I totally agree with you on that one.
Well, and then the Argo City thing, they missed a big opportunity. Now, it wouldn't align with the comics because when Brainiac stole a city, it was Kandor. But they could have, instead of having him die of kryptonite, which kryptonite does poison people. Lex Luthor got cancer from it. But they could have had the planet she thought was destroyed, and actually it was stolen by Brainiac and shrunk down, and somehow she gets out. That could have been cool, which could have set up Brainiac in a future movie. But instead of having this exposure, because she never gets sick. Why? No one says why. She's lived on that planet 16 years or whatever it was before they sent her away. She never breathes it in and gets sick, but everyone else does. And instead of that, they should have made it where when they pulled the city up, they breathed it in then, and it just took a while.
Yeah, they didn't even explain.
That wouldn't explain how any other kids, if they were born, I'll let them die. Why throw a dog in there? Can't you stick another person in that shit?
Also, how does Kara not get like kryptonite cancer? Because
that's what I was saying. Is she was 16 years and she didn't get it, but everyone else
the impression did. that I got from that was that it was affecting different people, and it was beginning to kind of not spread like from one person to the next, but is that it was slowly affecting more and more people as time went on. And I think that was the whole point why he sent her away then before it started affecting her, because it hadn't done so yet at that point. Well, because that was the impression that I got, because it started with the mother, and then eventually it was him, and then next thing you know, you saw more bodies and whatnot. Yeah. So that was the impression that I got, that he was like, okay, I need to send her away before it hits her.
Well, so my thing was the problem with all of that. I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong. It's like they don't actually go into how the people are affected, though. I think he says something.
They don't. Like it's just like, oh, well, kryptonite's here and whatnot. It should got a little bit more detail.
He said it was brought up after it was split.
When they ripped the city out, the dust or whatever came up with it.
Yeah.
They said from underneath.
They never started
unearthed a mineral buried in the core, even though that's not what kryptonite is, because kryptonite is. Yeah. So for people that don't know, what kryptonite is that when Krypton blew up, the energy irradiated the core.
Yeah, it's just literal chunks of the
shards of It's the shards of like the mantle and the core, whatever geologists say, that have been ridiculously irradiated.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So my problem with all of that scene is we get told that kryptonite kind of followed them from that happening. But as a writer, couldn't you just write it where that didn't happen? Because wouldn't you not want that? It's just so odd to not write that. Oh, well, this didn't happen because they left the planet quite literally as it was exploding. So I don't know how it would actually impact them that quickly. And then it's never explained how. Okay, so she's next to her mom and dad, and she doesn't get in contact with it. She's not wearing that space suit. She's just wearing regular clothes. I'm like, it's never explained. Even if I were to buy that logic, which is really shoddy, it's never explained how it's traveled to people, like how they just get it. How do they just get it? Is it in the water? Is it in just
I think
the atmosphere?
It like seeped up through the soil or something like that.
So another thing to go over. This is why the whole movie just shouldn't exist, right? So I'm gonna go from one point to the very end of it. So first part of the movie, as you got, it's in the trailer. Krem shoots Crypto. He's poisoned, and he only has 3 days to live. And she has to grab this antidote off of him to get it. Inject him with it, and he lives,
for
right?
some reason they all keep around their necks.
But
you can't use her super speed to go up and take it.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy? Oh my god, that too.
Good point. I never even thought of that.
Here's another one. This movie shouldn't exist. You want to know why? Why didn't she just take Crypto to a yellow sun?
Well, because they did say they said they can't move him because it would like hurt him. And in terms of like her catching the thing, they established in the movie. I mean, I want to know, like, is she like Clark, where like he has like at least a stored up amount of solar energy because like she was still under a red sun, so it could be that like she didn't have her powers. But I'm like, but wait a minute here. It's like, are you like Superman? That's like a battery.
But you know why that scene is bad? Because I agree. They did say that. There's a problem with that fight scene. You know how they're fighting? That she's fighting Krem after she puts on her suit. The reason why I know all that's bullshit. He shot her with more darts than what he shot Crypto with. He shot her with 5, and she's standing there.
Kryptonite arrows.
Yeah,
those were kryptonite arrows. That wasn't the poison.
Yeah, it wasn't the same thing.
But the problem was she's fighting and she's getting her strength back, and she still had one of the kryptonite darts in her.
And you know what's crazy?
The other thing,
he's fucking
the other thing, she gives Crypto the cure, and he's instantly back up, jumping on her and stuff. And I'm like, you're not under a yellow sun. How are you healing this fast?
Yeah, you know what's crazy is she gets shot with like 5 kryptonite arrows in her final battle against Krem. In the very last one, I'm not kidding. She straight like does this like anime thing where she just overpowers it just because. I'm like, you were just dying 5 seconds ago. How in the world did that happen to you? Like, she quite literally tanked 5 kryptonite arrows and kind of just pulled them out of her when she was on the ground for 12 hours under green radiation kryptonite energy, which would literally kill anybody if you're a Kryptonian. Like, some of the most retarded logic the writer, her name Anna Nogueira, just writes this stuff in absolute holes. Wait a minute. Okay, and I do agree. They do establish this poison, they can't move. I understand that. My thing is, why would we not believe that if I take Crypto from here, he would just not be under a yellow sun and that would heal him? Because if it healed her after being under kryptonite radiated energy for like 12 hours, why would I not believe that being under the yellow sun would heal him in the same way? I just don't know why that wouldn't work that way.
They did say that Mystic Lady or Doctor, whatever they had her at, the alien lady, said if you move them, it'll exacerbate the poison, make it go faster and kill him. And probably by the time you got him to a red sun or a yellow sun, he would be dead.
Yeah,
which they did explain that at least. I mean,
speaking of suns, she gets sucked into space at one point without view of a yellow sun. She's like she's out of it. So as opposed to instantly dying, like any person actually in the DC universe would, she like floats there. She has a little bit of like ice crystals forming on her face because that's the only way James Gunn can portray that. And then as soon as like the sun peaks up, now she's back up.
Yeah,
Princess Leia did.
She
I'm Mary Poppins, y'all.
Yeah, she died like 5 times in this movie. Like, just that point right there. She's pretty much not next to the sun because she even says to them, move the ship forward. And she gets angry when they can't do it or they're not going to do it. And somehow she's in space a little bit longer before that sun comes. And then right when it slightly touches her, she's just back alive. I'm just like, what the fuck is this? But you can't move Crypto because Bob said they have super speed. Are you telling me that Clark wouldn't have anything for that? The dog he's been babysitting for months on it. Are you talking about I'm just pointing out, how in the world would they not have anything? She doesn't even bother contacting Clark to ask him, hey, can you help me with this? Your fucking dog you love to was dying. Can you help me, cousin? She doesn't even know he exists.
You know, Jared, real quick, to your point, I meant to say this earlier, that where Crypto just kind of came back to life real quick and whatnot. The way they could have played that off is after they gave him the antidote, had her kind of, petting on him, tear or two coming down and kind of lead you to believe that maybe it was too late. and it kind of fades
They
to
didn't
black,
play with
and then
it.
it comes
Yeah,
back
yeah.
to another scene, and you see her maybe walking or something like that, and then I don't know, slowly behind you see the dog coming behind.
Yeah.
There, you know, something like that, which would have
Elevated the scene more.
Yes, it would have given it a little bit more of an emotional kick, but instead
thing in,
they wanted this
Shazam,
miraculous
remember?
thing, and yeah, it just kind of.
Yeah, they didn't even play with it. At least let me
Yeah.
believe I know he's not gonna die, but at least let me believe he's gonna die, right? At least like maybe believe it was too late. And it's just my thing is like, okay, you have your yellow sun, you have your powers back. I'm sitting there going like, what? She knows she can go get her cousin to help her fight Krem or to maybe help Crypto, and we're just not gonna use Superman, even though he would love. I'd imagine. In the movie, he literally wants her to be on Earth. I'd imagine he want to be in a battle fighting with his cousin, especially to save Krypton. Are you telling me Superman would not want to save that dog? I fucking hate that dog. To me, he wouldn't want to save the dog. You didn't even bother even using him. What were you doing?
Well, also his cousin's going after like a very dangerous group of pirates. So I don't know. And they have instant communication because they were communicating back and forth live. It wasn't like a message that took like 3 days to beam to wherever she was.
Mhm.
So he couldn't have been that far away. I mean, it just, yeah, she didn't call for help. And and the other thing, did you guys hear the Squidward joke when she called somebody Squidward? So you got the Mary Poppins, the Squidward. I mean, they're just ripping off Marvel and
Also, one more point
What?
that really doesn't make sense, MSK. So
Yes.
the way so you know how Ruthie like stows away in that ship. So Supergirl has been recharged by a yellow sun. Why can't she just fly through space to the planet
and not take another ship?
and not take another ship? I know why, because they needed some contrived way to get Ruthie to bring her suit to
even
her.
before that,
All right, did you notice that? So the suit was on the ship. Kara didn't have the suit the entire trip. I mean, this was intentional by the director. He didn't want her in the super suit.
I remember.
But then, so off screen, Ruthie says, "Oh, look, they abandoned your ship and I found your suit."
I mean, it's just contrived.
Oh, another thing to bring up with that is she asked this guy, "Get me to this planet or whatever," and for some, you would have to believe, just in your mind, you'd have to believe that guy was working for that guy because she knew to ask him that.
Mhm.
Why didn't that alien just tell Krem where she was? He dropped her off there.
Yeah, I said that earlier.
Yeah,
It
like
drove me nuts.
that's just ridiculous.
I'm like, why are you dropping her off? Why don't you just at least communicate with Krem and say, "Hey, I dropped her off in the desert. She's dying. Go get her."
Yeah, go kill her. Like, yeah.
They didn't do it. And like I said, we were talking earlier, they just stumbled upon Ruthie by chance because the guy was in the
And then,
water.
It was crazy. They did something more retarded, which you brought up earlier, which was, for some reason, I have never seen that. Even if this is a thing, a Kryptonian can be under a sun, a fucking sun that radiates green kryptonite energy for 12 hours, and she's not dead. At that point,
here's the thing, MSK. You can't say that
he's more invincible.
because it was never said that the green energy was kryptonite energy.
It's a green sun, so it's poisonous.
green
to us
sun.
for a reason.
That's not how that works.
You know, her body radiated like it. Her body was feigning up like she was just sucking cock and shit deep down in her throat. Just fucking hell. No. And I think now let's go over some of the other things that I didn't like. I don't know if you guys liked or didn't like them. I'll be completely honest here. I know a lot of people, retarded soy boy cucks who like letting their wife get black guys. I'm gonna be honest here. I did not like her acting. I did not believe for a second she was showing any kind of emotion. I think her acting was actually so stiff and terrible. I know people are praising her. I don't see it. I don't see it.
I didn't have a problem with her in the role. My issue was the writing did her absolutely no favors. It did no favors to Eve Ridley, who played Ruthie, and I felt really sorry for her because the actress is like 14 years old, and I think this was like her first big budget film. And yeah, this did absolutely no favors for them. Am I saying that she's my favorite Supergirl? No, give me Helen Slater
Pancakes and waffles, right?
or Melissa Benoist any day over Millie Alcock, but I don't think she was the problem here. I think the writing was so bad that I don't know. I don't think Denzel Washington could have made this look good.
I know. I'm just pointing out, like, you know, when it came to like the emotional scenes and everything, I just couldn't believe her. Like, at least in David Cornsworth's point of view, didn't think he was like his acting was that bad. Like when he was giving emotion, you could kind of feel it. When she was giving, it felt so flat. It felt so forced. Like what in the world is wrong with her? She just can't. She's not Supergirl. I'm like, what the fuck is this?
I think that was just the directing. I think they really wanted her to be stoic and messy and full of trauma and one thing though is she didn't really even have an arc. This is what I'm trying to figure out. She goes in this mission. Of course, she's the reluctant person, doesn't want to do it, but then ends up with the sidekick, which is fine. That's been done a million times. And she goes through some stuff, and then she's laying there under the green sun. She's almost dead. All the information she has is flashback.
I'm gonna be a good guy now.
Yeah, she doesn't like go through anything. I mean, she's dying. I mean, she's sick, but like all the information that makes her change her mind is flashbacks from information she
not even the
had.
person she's protecting. Remember, because remember they had that argument, and then that girl was like, "I don't want to be like you." That didn't even change her. That didn't make her go along.
So then she puts the suit on and everything. Well, okay, why? I mean, your mom. You remember your mom telling you to be good.
Do you guys know what this reminds me of? Do you ever see the Seinfeld episode where Jerry's dating the woman that looks great in a different in different lighting? This reminds me she's a different character under green light than she is, or red light, and she is under yellow light.
And the whole time she's telling Ruthie, killing somebody will change you, killing somebody will change you. And all these flashbacks.
Yeah.
This is what I would have done with the movie, is in her flashbacks, I would have had her come to Earth and be nervous, but really want to find acceptance. So she really clings to Clark and wants to mimic what he's doing, being a hero. But because she's inexperienced, she's trying too hard, she kills somebody by mistake. And that trauma of doing that affects her so much, she keeps telling Ruthie that killing somebody will change you. And that's what I was kind of waiting for. And it never happened. And then she kills Crumb in the end anyway. She murders the guy.
And and that could have added a whole nother element to why she was going on these drinking binges.
Yeah.
Not just because of losing her planet, but the fact that she actually took somebody's life who was innocent, and now she's having to live with that. And so, I think that would have been a better arc, is that you show her at the end making that decision not to take the life.
Yeah, that's her arc. She accidentally kills somebody, maybe does it even out of rage. She's on Earth, because she has this trauma from her planet. She's fighting some kind of villain, and she lets her anger get too far, loses control of her powers, and kills him. That weighs on her. She becomes this alcoholic, and then in the end, she finally beats that rage by not killing this Creme dude who's like the worst of the worst. But that's what I was waiting for, and it never happened.
I was waiting. That was
stupid.
I'm glad you brought that up. That was the next thing I was going to bring up. In this movie, when you have more interaction between that Ching Chong chick and her, at some point they have a conversation where she's like, "You don't want to go through with this. This will haunt you forever." They have that scene in that room talking about how she got to where she's at and how it's made her feel this bad. She's telling her somewhat throughout the entire movie, "Don't do this. It'll hurt you." It's like a Naruto, when like people are telling Sasuke, "You don't want to get a revenge against your brother. It'll fucking fuck with your mind." Then she just goes and kills somebody.
And I saw the Cope online saying, well, he deserved it, whatever, but it's still murder. I thought what they were going to do was have Creme, like, how they always do in a villain, hero doesn't shoot him, but then the guy has a gun automatically and he goes to pull it and the guy shoots him because he has no choice. I thought it was going to be a situation like that where Creme left her no choice and she had to kill him. But no, she just goes, stab, that's for my dog. Stab, that's for her family. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. She just murdered a guy who was defenseless.
Before that, dude, remember? She had said, if you do this, you will not be able to live with yourself. You will not be able to live with yourself. It'll haunt you forever. Then she goes, kills the guy, and does it. It's like, what in the
In the online Cope now is, well, that's going to set up the conflict between her and Clark and Man of Tomorrow. But no, you don't set that up. I mean, you could set something up, but her arc would have been not to kill him. And then maybe have Lobo kill him or something. I don't know. Or have the guy just go free. And there's this villain out there you can return to. And he was a crappy villain anyway. He was one note. He didn't do anything other than just, I'm evil for evil's sake. But You know, it's funny you compare this to the Marvels. It reminds me of Dar-Ben, and she actually had a better motivation. She was a terrible villain in the Marvels.
It was you.
She was actually
wiped out my people's last chance to revive our glory. So I'm going to kill you. That makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, and this guy was just, well, I'm evil and I want to traffic kids.
I was so confused. I was like, wait a minute. I thought, because you know what's crazy? She could have had an arc if she didn't kill him. Because one could argue if she didn't kill him, you know what? Maybe you could have an arc there. There's no arc. And you know, it's a hypocritical thing too. Hey, girl, don't do this. Your whole life will be ruined. It will haunt you forever. Blah, 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 right? She does the thing. I'm just like, all right, what in the fucking hell are we doing? Also, another thing to bring up here. Jason Momoa's Lobo.
I liked him as Lobo. That was pretty solid.
Yeah, I was fine with it too.
He's playing Lobo. The part that I really liked, liked how his bike transformed into an actual motorcycle as well. That was actually kind of cool.
No. So I agree. I don't think him playing Lobo was bad, but it also goes into how it's oh my god, another stupid thing. Supergirl tells this fucking Wang Ching Chong Panda Express rice making bitch. God. She's like, don't look him in the eyes. It's never stated why you shouldn't look him in the eyes. She just says, don't look him in the eyes. The girl's like, why?
In that, my other problem with this movie,
what the fuck is that?
Way too many needle drops. The entire movie was just needle drops. But even beyond that, she goes into that bar where she meets Lobo, and the bar on an alien planet is singing a human song from Earth.
I know, that was so stupid.
I'm like, wait a minute here. Is this really? That's really what you want to do?
They were in the Mos Eisley Cantina. Oh, wait.
Well, or maybe, or just maybe, we were hearing it in English, but everybody else was hearing it in that language.
No, but they have a song. Well, wait, when they walk in, they're playing a song in an alien language.
It was stupid. It really
this is my thing with how this movie kept going. The dialogue was so contrived and weird. Just in that scene alone, I agree. I don't think his Lobo was bad. I think the introduction to him, the introduction to someone like that, who's pretty much been fan casting Lobo forever, should be like epic and cool. But then Supergirl's telling this chick, like, don't look him in the eyes. Why? It's never, what? Even though it's just so cringe how they talk. Whoever wrote dialogue for this must have been talking to straight up retards, because these people do not talk like this. This is stupid.
And then that alien thing's pooping out chunks and they eat it all so they can make a joke.
Eating shit.
Oh, this tastes like shit. Well,
that's how we felt watching this movie.
They did all that to set up that joke, and it wasn't funny.
None of these jokes were funny at all.
Oh, let's bring up the villain. Another big reason why a lot of people are calling this villain bad. This is my main problem with him. So a villain just being evil just to be bad, that's not a horrible concept. I would prefer you keep doing that. Problem with this one is there's no meaningful dialogue between them. You know what makes Heath Ledger's Joker and Christian Bale's Batman meaningful to each other when people rewatch The Dark Knight? Is when they're talking to each other. They actually have really great dialogue.
He's no moron, because here's the thing. The plot is established. Ruthie wants revenge because Krem came into her home and killed everyone. Her brother jumps out. And Krem throws an axe or a hatchet at him and kills him.
We barely know these people. They don't give us a reason to.
So Krem must have been looking in that direction. He falls, and they just leave Ruthie.
Yeah.
The group of people whose whole goal
is to kidnap the people that want people to be able to populate with, they just leave her.
Or even worse. So in that scene you're talking about, he came out of that room right there. One would have to assume she's right next to him. One would just she's not even. She was
like right in front of him. He fell down. So I'm like, you didn't what?
Keep in mind, he was searching this planet for a ship because her parents blew up his ship. They couldn't search for Ruth. What the fuck is going on in this movie?
And they were there before, so they probably knew they had a girl.
And they found her super quick when she got back to their planet.
And if he could blow up the ship, why didn't he just blow it up right when it landed? Whenever you know what's
crazy is they found that Wang Ching Chong Panda Express rice-eating chick super quick in the third act of the movie. Why didn't they find her super quick in the beginning part of the movie? They found her instantly quick.
The movie wouldn't happen because she would have never found Supergirl because she would have been kidnapped.
And the reason why I brought the dialogue thing is because there's no meaningful dialogue between Supergirl and Krem. He says things to her like, I don't know what he's saying to her because his accent was so bad. I couldn't understand. People keep saying like for Bane, The Dark Knight Rises, they couldn't understand him. I couldn't understand a word that guy was saying. He was talking like
I like a Darth Vader voice changer, but they never explain it.
Yeah, like I couldn't understand.
Button.
I'll be honest, I didn't know what the fuck he said in the movie. I didn't know how he was talking. He sounded like he was gargling jizz, honey, mayonnaise, and syrup the whole time. This guy was gargling nut juice. What was he saying? I couldn't hear him. Also, with the sound mixing, which
I don't know.
Right. Also, here's the other thing. As awesome as Lobo is, you take Lobo out of this movie, it changes not a thing.
Yeah.
Well,
that's
it's less interesting and less fun. So,
well, I mean, in terms of the plot, literally all of the plot points still happen.
Well, he does save Kara though, because they're about to cut her head off, and he shows up, and But
I'm glad you brought it up. That's another problem with the movie.
They did like 3 times the last second save.
The action was. I know people were saying the action was good. I don't know what movie you were watching. That action was terrible.
Or how about that really shitty needle drop at the end? So I went into this. People said, "Okay, there's like a really bad needle drop at the last battle." I was like, "Where is it?" And then it happens. I'm like, "Yeah, there it is."
Yeah, like the action
picked by gun, mind you.
The action was just not that good. Like I was watching it, going like. Is there any like incredible moment where she gets like a super cool combo? Like, no, it wasn't. And what's crazy? Because Jared brought up her suit. Even when she put on her suit, it wasn't epic. There was no epicness in this movie. When Jason Momoa is supposed to be Lobo, when I first see him, that's supposed to be like a jaw-dropping moment. He's Lobo, not epic. It's not epic when she puts on her damn suit. It wasn't even epic when she when she activated her powers.
Say what you want about Man of Steel, but when Superman put the suit on, they made a big freaking deal about it.
That was cool. When he was flying around the first time, he was smiling. He was breaking his sound.
His father is doing that whole speech about that they will join you in the sun. You will guide them.
Oh, God. Look at me. I'm liking Man of Steel. Fuck.
There you go.
I didn't like the Supergirl music. Like when she showed up in the suit, it didn't seem very good. And
I actually did like it at that spot. But then again, because the score was so bad up to that point, I thought that was the moment where I thought it actually sounded pretty good. And as far as the action goes, I liked the one sequence when they were fighting like in the city square. Lobo and Supergirl were fighting all the bad guys there.
Yeah,
but again, that still goes back to the part where it's. This thing is around this dude's neck. She could just use her super speed and just go up and snatch it off his neck.
Well, we're told that Krem has like the power of like 10,000 or 1,000 men, something like
that,
right?
Of 10,000 men, but she is more than that.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like they don't like. The only action scene I liked was when she was somersaulting that guy in a circle. I think that was like kind of cool. But other than that. I didn't really care for any of the action. I thought that was just kind
of liked when Lobo was coming around, and I thought the space bus fight scene was kind of interesting with her teleporting around. I thought it was decent. I didn't mind that, but the fights between her and Krem were stupid. They didn't. That was stupid. It just wasn't interesting. Well, like you said, there was no conflict. If you ever want to see a good movie for conflict, is watch Star Trek: The Wrath of Khan.
Yeah,
because between Khan and Kirk. They don't even face each other. It's all through communicators. But they're constantly, the way they talk and the way that the drama's set up.
Right.
It's so good. And you kind of forget they're not even in the movie together. And because they're shot different. But in these two, they were, like you said, MSK, there's nothing between them. That's
the biggest problem I have with it. It's like, and even when they do talk to each other, in the final scene, in the final act of the movie, when she's on that ship, he's just saying things like, I don't know what he's saying. I don't know what dialogue he was using. I couldn't understand what the fuck this guy was saying. He was gargling jizz. Dude was gargling nut juice or something. I don't know what he was saying. Just talking out of his mind. Or another thing to bring up with this movie. So, okay, I have the Woman of Tomorrow comic book. I do. I haven't read it yet. I was supposed to review it with someone soon.
It's horrible.
In that book, the reason why, apparently from someone that I've seen, he gets on that ship because that's the only one he can get to. But in this movie, there's like 5 different ones, and it's like, what the fuck? You could have just made that change. It's a simple change.
And by the way, the other thing, speaking on that.
Yeah.
So the director coming in said that when he started to write it, he didn't even look at the comic book. He just went off the script. But so it's like when you miss that, here's the other thing what you miss. because like that book is horribly written. The visuals are stunning, so it's like you lose what you're ignoring what makes this story unique just so you can make a generic sci-fi movie, because that's the problem with this. Yeah. It's just generic. It's another Guardians of the Galaxy. She's even like Star-Lord.
But that's what we had said. Right. But that's what we had said about this movie. When I saw the first trailer, the reason why I don't watch any more trailers, it just looked like another generic sci-fi movie I've seen like 10,000 times.
And, you know, it's like with Logan. He's got to escort this girl. It doesn't want him around, doesn't really. And then they form this bond. And, I mean, I get, you know, they've been through a lot together. They formed this bond. But how does that make her all of a sudden want to go back to Earth and be a superhero with Clark? I mean, maybe she really wants family because she kind of had a little found family with this girl. But none of it broke any new ground. But it didn't mean it had to be such a, you know, mediocre movie. The problem was there's just a lot of holes in it. And I heard there was like 8 to 10 different screenings, and they kept changing things because they got panned. Yeah. I don't know how true all that is.
Remember, they added Superman. Superman wasn't originally supposed to be in it at all. They added Superman way later on with reshoots.
And Lobo.
Yeah. And
Lobo came much later.
And it goes crazy. I don't mind David Corn Sweat Superman. I feel like he was like a little shining bright spot in the movie, but the fact that she's so incompetent, she doesn't go and get him, even though she clearly could just fly straight to Earth, say, hey, Krypto's in trouble. I need your help taking down this bad guy. What are we doing here? What, like, they didn't even establish that. They didn't even give us a reason. So Clark can call her, or Superman can call her. She has her powers back. She can't just like go to Earth and ask like, hey, Clark, I need your help. Krypto's poisoned. Help. Fucking hell. Also, that scene you brought up earlier. The reason why it's also stupid with that Asian scene that Jared you brought up, we're supposed to like feel bad for like her brother. I don't know these people though.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, oh, her brother died.
This fucking Panda Express rice-eating people, I don't know you. Why should I care if that guy's dead?
And the other thing that she kept saying, my family's honorable or whatever.
And you know what I mean?
Her dad's a weapons maker. What does he think they're doing when they get these weapons from it?
But there's no like
hang them on a wall.
Expand on.
Who gave it to pirates?
Yeah, like there's no expanding on like, okay,
I mean,
I love my parents.
Weapons, they're killing people with your weapons.
Because like Supergirl has like flashbacks, even though the flashbacks are pretty stupid and contrived. There's flashbacks to show maybe like she's not always been this drunken pussy stankin' whore, you know. But for her, the Asian chick, there's no like, you're not gonna show us a flashback of like there's nothing there. I'm supposed to feel bad for her, and I'm not. There's nothing there. There's nothing there with that rice-eating chick. What is there to like to feel and connect to her for? And then the most disgusting thing, you see her. Like fucking hell, like so that Asian chick goes to her for help, knocks on her door after that bar scene we explained earlier. Supergirl, that was messy to women. She opens the door after getting her back blown out by 5 black guys, then goes to the bathroom, pulls her underwear, pulls her pants down, just urinating. You can feel her vagina's hairy, just smelling like shit. That's what messy is when you get drunk. Wake up, someone knocks on the door, and you just start urinating. Doors not closed. You can basically see her fucking hairy, disgusting jungle fever vagina. What the fuck is that? That's messy? That's just acting like a dude. And she's getting passed around. Some nights like a high blunt, just getting her back blown out. Man, this bitch is a fucking whore. Just, god damn, she was just throating cocks on her birthday. God damn, holy shit. Like that was so gross watching that. Just her just urinating right in front of this chick.
You got to hear her take a piss, and you got to see her throw up a couple times. I mean, come on.
My God.
Who doesn't
oh
think
my
that's
God.
great?
Another thing. I'm glad one of you guys brought it up earlier. There's another stupid thing. No, you brought it up. Remember when you had brought up earlier that she should have used her super hearing to hear that they were going to betray her? This is so stupid. They poison her. And she can still beat people up regularly fine. She's talking up a lung.
Yellow sun.
How in the world? So for some reason, these people plan to betray her with a paralysis poison, yet it doesn't paralyze her. What in the fuck is that? That was
they
so
probably
stupid.
didn't know how powerful she was, which kind of makes sense. I mean, I don't mind that they're not as powerful like her Superman. Because if you make them too powerful, then it's hard to do things. I don't mind them having certain things that can bother them. Maybe not kill them like that. But do we really need to see her drinking weird alien milk and throwing up a bunch of times? I mean,
Just basically seeing her urinating in front, like, that's disgusting.
You know, I saw somebody, Critical Drinker does his open bar, and I watched part of it, and I can't remember the woman's name. She was on the guest, and she said that drunken party girl, nobody likes that. Nobody likes drunken party girl. Even other drunken party girls don't like that. No one wants to be around that girl.
Yeah.
No one wants that. And I said, that's true. If you ever at a bar and you hear the girls go, woo, and running around screaming, act like idiots, you're embarrassed for them. And I don't know. They make in the previews, in the trailers and whatnot, they just made her look so unlikable and so gross. You don't want to see the movie. Like, Trauma they could have done Trauma so differently. Like, they could have had her been moody, even drink, but maybe be like one of those stoic alcoholics where you just drink and you're kind of to yourself instead of not showering and then fighting people in bars.
She don't shower.
But she
didn't wash her hands after going to the bathroom. Stank jungle fever on my fucking
breaks
door.
That guy's arm because, whatever. I got, this guy.
That's the other thing. She's a super villain in this entire movie because doing this, he's like, Clark holds back. He would still win the arm wrestling contest for sure because, again, Yellow Sun Superman, but he wouldn't snap the dude's arm.
Yeah, she's like, it's okay for girls to be messy. It's okay for girls to go out to parties, get gangbanged by 10 guys a week, and, just urinate right in front of someone with the door open. Yeah, because that's what we envision of women, them getting gangbanged by random aliens on their birthday and urinating in front of their guests. That's what messy is to these people. This is ridiculous. This is stupid. People wonder why this movie fails. Like, come on, the trailers weren't interesting. People keep bringing up the marketing. Usually marketing can go hit or miss. The marketing for this movie was not interesting. None of the trailers were interesting. And keep on, all the best stuff's in the trailer anyway, and even that's debatable if that's good at all. Oh, and another thing to bring up with this movie, like Jared said, the score. People know I love a good score. I love a good music score. I love it. There wasn't a really good score in this movie at all. I was like, who fucking chose this?
There wasn't any score. It's mostly needle drops.
I was like, this is not good. Like, that's just gross. None of the music was good. It's bad.
When I saw the movie, I walked out and I said, there were some entertaining parts. I always give them, if I feel I watched a movie and I was somewhat entertained and I didn't feel like I wasted my time, I give it a 5. That's like the baseline. So I gave it a 5. The more I talk about this movie, the less I like it. Because I'm thinking about all these
same way.
It's like
I walked out going, how the fuck could anyone like this? Like, the green stuff absolutely ruined my brain. The fact that a Kryptonian could be under a green radiating sun where it practically radiates Krypton energy. Her whole body was functioning as if it did. She was literally on the ground, dead. There's no, I was already out. And then I was also out when I know she could go get Clark because Krypto's in danger and she just doesn't do it. It's just, oh, fuck. And then Lobo, I wanted Jason Momoa's Lobo to be like epic, but it wasn't as bad either. It's just his entrance. It's like, you can't look him in the eyes. Why? Even though she clearly did.
Say that. Say what happened to the last person that did that.
Yeah. She doesn't. It's just, a lot of it's contrived too. And what's the crazy part, guys, as we wrap up the review a little bit here, the same lady who wrote this, because for some reason women can just do this. I know she probably sucked off James Gunn because she is given she's given 3 more movies. Now, she might be moved off these projects. I will always preference that because things always are ever changing given off a reception, right? Anna Nogueira is the writer attached to these next big characters. Wonder Woman. So already that Trinity, obviously. Who's also attached to write the Batman movie? Christina Hodson, the same fucking person who wrote Birds of Prey, one of the worst super
and
movies
the Flash
on the planet. She's also writing Teen Titans. So the group that's about as popular as the Justice League. She's writing that too. You're just sitting there going,
those movies are never getting made because
no way.
Gunn is not. Here's the thing: as soon as that
isn't going to do anything.
They're not going. There's not going to be a DCU Batman movie. There's not going to be a DCU Wonder Woman movie. They're just going to move Gunn off. He'll do his own thing. Maybe he'll go back to Marvel, and then they'll probably either reboot again, or they'll what's the word? Or they'll like really massively course correct.
I think they should just. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to.
You're good, man. You're good.
I was just gonna say, when you're talking about the reboot, I think what they should do is keep these character actors, because I think they're pretty good. Get rid of Gunn, bring in some people who know what they're doing, and change. Just make it better, and just you got to keep the groundwork that's been there, but you kind of forget some of it happened and just move on. But Corn Sweat and the actors that were in Superman were good. I think Millie Alcock could be a good Supergirl if you give her a script that's worth a damn.
I don't know, man.
That's what I think.
I was trying to like her. She was so bad. I was like, man, she's acting like, it's not that it's bad. It's just, you would think like even when she was crying and remember how she was trying to fake cry in front of Krypton? Oh my fuck! Hell, get me out of this movie, please.
But she didn't go through an arc. It just.
I hate this dog. Can we please kill that thing? Please get rid of that thing.
Well, he's getting his own animated series. Remember that, MSK?
Cats are better anyway. I'm a cat person. I love pussy, as you guys know. But the joke is there. You guys, the joke was there. Come on. No, but like that. The next movie she's getting is Teen Titans, which is like about as big as the Justice League and Wonder Woman. Why? She hadn't even proven herself, and she's already given like what the James, please. And
the number one criticism Supergirl is getting is the writing.
Yeah. Keep in mind,
terrible.
James Gunn is, for some reason, James Gunn was like, you wrote Supergirl, so that must automatically mean you're going to write checks notes, Wonder Woman, and Teen Titans. How would that correlate? She couldn't even write one character good. How in the world is she going to write a group of 5? How would that quantifiably make any sense? James Gunn, person who likes watching his wife get her back blown out by John Cena. I guess that's what we're happening to us. We're getting our back blown out watching this piece of shit. So
it's gonna be more plot convenience. The movie. I mean, just so happens. Now I understand people were saying that Ruthie showed up at the bar that Kara was at was just like too much of a coincidence. Well, you do have to put your main leads together in some way.
Yeah, that always happens.
But the problem was after that, she somehow finds her out in the middle of nowhere in her spaceship mobile home trailer, looking like white trash. And then just so happens they go out to talk, and Krem somehow finds them right when they're there. And then they just so happen to find Lobo. They just so happen to bring her suit. Just so happens he has kryptonite darts in his thing. Krem does. I mean, it's just so many plot conveniences. That's like with Disclosure Day. It was, well, good thing this happened, or the whole movie would have fell apart. Good thing this happened, or the whole movie would have fell apart.
And that that moment in the movie where they're talking about her getting revenge. The Asian chick never even gets like a truly meaningful scene with Krem at all before the final one they have. There's never like a truly meaningful like, hey, I did this because I fucking like you. Or there's nothing there. Like it was.
Yeah, he threatens to kill her, and that's about it.
It's such a half-assed attempt. Like if this guy is apparently sex trafficking women, why would, to be fair, they're probably going to show her getting through that, but it's like there was no danger of him doing it. Like I have to feel the danger of this guy. There was no feeling danger of this guy at all. I mean, like he looked intimidating. He couldn't speak. I don't know what the guy was saying. What was that?
They needed her to they needed that 70-pound 13-year-old to overpower the 6'5", 350-pound monster guy and break out of jail to get Lobo out too for some reason. Why he couldn't break himself out, I don't know. But they should have, if you want to amp up the stakes, they should have had her in like chains or whatever with Krem around and have him taunting her, saying he's using her as bait to get to the Kryptonian.
Yeah, right. I
agree. They could have dialogue, and then it would make it interesting. Instead, she's trying to convince Lobo to help her, and then she's like, "Please don't kill me," and then she jumps on and just chokes out this giant monster guy.
Yeah, because
no sense at all.
Yeah, because she's been trying to get in contact with that guy the entire movie. He finally does, and I will give the director this. He made it look somewhat like he was going to attack her. He doesn't attack her. He doesn't do anything. He just goes. He lets her spit on him. Why would a sex trafficking demon like that let a girl do anything to him? I thought he's supposed to be the scary guy that sex traffics women. He's going to let her spit on him. And I get it. They're not going to have a 14-year-old girl get attacked. I understand that. But they didn't even give you the intimidation that he would attack her. Nothing.
He needed, like I said, they needed to be together while they were looking for Kara. He needed to intimidate her. He needed to scare her. She needed to be afraid then you feel for her.
Right.
When she was in the cell, I was never really worried about her. I mean,
I want to
Me
bring
neither.
this up really
I was
quickly,
never
'cause
worried about her in the whole movie.
looking back on this now, and to be fair, in movie reviews, I typically never do this, but I want to make sure we look in this clip of what James Gunn said what was going to be this movie. Just this is what he said Supergirl was going to be back when that Slate video got announced. Oh my God, the site's, I mean, it's like, give me one sec. Let me bring it back. 1 sec, here we go.
One of my favorite comic book series from last year was Tom King's run on Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow. And so we're going to turn that into a big science fiction epic film.
Also, that wasn't a run. That was a mini series. And second off, that's not what the series is called. It's called Supergirl.
Also, it didn't really sell that well. Actually, what made the
Also,
book
when you look at the reviews, it's not heralded because of the writing. Tom King like holds leeches on. It's because of the art.
Oh, another thing to bring up here. Him mentioning this book is what made its first initial printing sold out. When the book finally got printed into a trade, it never sold and did well at all. Him mentioning it made it sell out, and it made DC do like the compact and the hardcover and all that stuff. This wasn't a selling book. No one cared about this shit at all.
Now, Superman is a guy who was sent to Earth and raised by loving parents, whereas Supergirl in this story, she is a character who was raised on a chunk of Krypton. She watched everybody around her perish in some terrible way. So she's a much more jaded character.
Oh, we know, James. Oh, we know. We watched the movie. I
messy.
just find it funny how he called this epic. There was nothing. This was epic? This was epic? And keep in mind, I know people are saying James Gunn directed this movie. I want to clear up something here. I'm not absolving him of any criticism. Craig Gillespie directed this movie. James Gunn directed Superman, and he did Creature Commandos and
But
Peacemaker.
Gunn has an influence.
A lot of influence.
Gunn has said he's a control freak.
Trust me, that this is Gillespie trying to do a James Gunn impersonation to make his boss
exactly.
happy. You know, Angry Badger. I don't know if you guys are familiar with him. From,
I met him personally. I know who that is. Yeah.
Yeah, he's. I listen to a lot of his little stuff because he's on Versus a Film Threat. He made a great point in which I think he said, "Well, where are the Green Lanterns with this sex trafficking?"
That's true. I never thought that until he brought it up. I'm like, wait a minute here.
And then I thought, this movie could have been great because you could have introduced Brainiac. You could have introduced the Lantern Corps. They could have been involved. You still could have had Lobo. Make Lobo a little bit more of a cameo, not involved so much. Maybe the Lanterns come and help out Kara, or one Lantern.
You know
could have
why?
got Keja
This is their
Rowe in
audience.
there.
Because this is the audience James Gunn is courting. Retarded, stupid, dumb bitches like this.
Did
Supergirl
you see
is
the
flopping.
one of the dude dressed as Supergirl at the premiere?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
that was bad.
The reason why it's failing is because it courts retarded, dumb women like this. Supergirl is flopping because it's a superhero movie where the main character is a woman. I don't need to say more than this. Then if you believe that, you're retarded.
Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a way, maybe. I mean, sometimes, maybe guys aren't going to support that as much. But if it's a good movie, they will. And like Bob was saying earlier, when you had the Wonder Woman movie, the men were treated as equals. She was with that group of guys with Steve Trevor. They were all competent. They could do things. They were, they weren't made to be buffoons. And if you took the Supergirl movie and you had maybe a male character in there, like even Lobo, maybe have him be in the whole movie where the three of them get together and go on his journey. And even though he's, hey, my man and all that other stuff, but he still kicks butt. He still knows what he's doing, then you got something there. But instead you get this messy girl
to try.
Yeah. Then instead you get this messy girl who nobody likes, and nobody likes that person. Women don't like that person. And you might feel sorry for somebody who's got alcohol problems or has trauma, but you don't want to be around them when they're so self-destructive and they push everybody away. It's tiring. So, and then you get this little girl, Ruthie, who, this cute little girl shows up, her family was killed, and she's trying to be brave, but they never show her really vulnerable. Like, yeah, okay, it was brave. She comes there with the sword. She's asking for help. She's going to give this very valuable sword, whoever helps her kill Krem, and she's putting on a brave face, but you never see a vulnerability. Like, you don't see that as a mask. That's not a mask on her that she's trying to be brave just to be brave.
Yeah.
She's always the same way.
Oh, you knew it was going to be that way. Remember, in the interviews
Yeah.
when that Millie Alcott chick, she was like, "There's no love in this movie," or like it wasn't love or something like that.
There's no romance.
There's no.
Yeah, there's no romance.
Fuck, man. What in the world is
They
this?
could have made that girl like vulnerable, like when she stands at the creme, maybe have her look like she's nervous. Instead, she's just, I'll never do whatever you tell. Like, have her be intimidated. Let her, so you feel that she's scared. I never felt that she was worried. I never worried for her in that movie. I mean, you feel bad when her family is killed, but you don't know them, so it's like, okay.
Yeah.
But there was never a point in that movie I thought she was scared of anything. And sometimes she was useless, and then sometimes she's beating up giant men that are 5 to 15,
Yeah.
outweigh her by
Either she's a
350
damsel in
pounds.
distress, or
Yeah.
she's just the most powerful character because she's
And
a woman.
Instead of beating that big guy up, which he should have somehow tricked him, like trips him or something, he hits his head, knocks himself out, uses cunning, but she uses physical force on him.
Another part.
He should have just grabbed her and threw her against the bars and killed her.
Remember when she went under that duct after Krem went in there to take a leak?
Yeah.
How did she get up into that duct that quickly?
Oh, I know. Yeah.
They don't even show you. What the fuck? How did she do that? Because she would have to jump up there. She didn't look like she was gonna get inside. Such a fucking awful movie.
It just happened off screen, I guess. I don't know. They could have done so much with her, but instead I don't think they wanted to let people think that this girl could be afraid of anything. Like that would show weakness. But she should have been weak. She's 13 years old. She should have been scared.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, she put on a brave face, which is admirable, but she should have been terrified, and she wasn't. And it just, it was like, okay. I didn't feel worried about her at all in that movie. They had she was just a device. I mean, she was a plot point.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll give our final thoughts and opinions about this movie. Jared, we'll start with you. I know you love this movie. I know you're a huge fan of Tom King. He's the greatest comic book writer of all time.
Please
Good Lord.
shut
Tom
up.
King is my goat.
Go
He's
back
better
to
than
your
Zack.
sweaty men.
Hey,
So
I had sex with a girl when I was watching this movie. Sydney Sweeney was riding my face when I was watching this. That's the only way I could get through it, actually.
What you don't know is that what he's referring to is the male prostitute he had to bribe to come to the movie with him, named Sid Sweeney.
Holy shit.
Anyway, my rating of this
Why are you projecting, Jared? What are you talking about?
I gave it a 5 out of 10 because it's like it's let me put it this way: there are worse comic book movies, but it's not that many, and it's like honestly, at this point, this makes me even more looking forward for Paramount coming in and just telling Gunn, "Get the hell out! You're done. You're done." Because because this movie exists just because Gunn likes the comic. That's why all those projects are just because Gunn wants them. So I'm like, you did this before Wonder Woman. What are you doing? By the way, speaking of Angry Badger, he did a great Twitter post that was the Trinity, and it says, "If this isn't the foundation for your DC universe, you've already lost."
I saw that. Yep,
Yeah,
I agree.
Good point.
Mhm.
I saw that.
Yeah. Joe, what are your final thoughts about this movie?
Well, I gave it a 5 again, and thinking about it more, I might have knocked it down to a 4.5. I don't feel I wasted my time watching it because there were some moments I enjoyed. I did like seeing Lobo. I thought Ruthie could be a good character, but they needed more development. I did like some of the fight scenes. I think if this was a streaming movie and you trim 15 minutes off of it, it'd make it tighter. It would be more enjoyable because I thought it ran a little long at an hour and 50 minutes.
Hour 50 minutes of this movie, too. Good Lord.
Yeah, it was just a little long. Or if it was interesting and you had good characters, it could have been 2.5 hours. It would have been great. But I just didn't care enough about the people. I didn't feel anything for them. So, like I said, I'd landed between 4.5 and a 5. I don't think I'll ever watch it again. If I'm over someone's house and they say I've never seen this and it's on, on Warner or whatever on Max,
get the rope and just.
I'd probably watch
That's
it
when
with
you
them.
leave.
Well, I'd probably watch it with him, but I'd be like, well, I'm going to go.
No, dude. Unless you were getting laid. If a girl came over to my house, she was like, hey, I want to watch Supergirl. I heard it was good. I'd be like, okay, we'll watch it just if I get my fucking dick sucked or something.
I mean, that'd be on my phone a lot, but yeah, there's no reason to see it twice unless you want to go into a deep dive. But yeah, that's pretty
Bob,
much where I'm at with it.
What about you, man?
Yeah, the movie sucked. I gave it a 3. I gave it a 3.5 out of 10. When I first walked out, I I had a little bit more positive view on it because I was like, okay, that wasn't so bad. And part of that was because my expectations were so low that if they even said a complete sentence, then I was like, oh, well, wow, this is pretty good. But then, like Joe, as I thought about it throughout the night, because like I didn't put my review out right away. I sat on it a day before I put it out. And I'm glad I did, because as I was thinking about it, I was like, Green Sun. Well, what the hell was that? I started replaying everything in my head, and I was like, God, that was really stupid. It really was. And really what this all goes down to is bad writing. That's really what this came down to.
Yeah.
Like I said, I gave it a 3.5. That doesn't mean that I hated it. There are worse comic book films out there, but and it's not even the worst film I've seen this year. Sure, I think both The Bride and Disclosure Day are worse than this one.
It's crazy. But Warner Brothers released,
but at the same time, it was. If you were expecting it to be bad, this didn't let you down. It
did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Really, really bad writing, and that's ultimately what this came down to. And that's the biggest sin of the film. And like I said, it didn't do Millie Alcock or Eve Ridley or Jason Momoa, any of them, any favors. It was a badly written film, very poorly thought out. And yeah, that's the biggest problem with this movie.
So one last thing I'll mention before I do my final thoughts and opinions really quickly is, since we kind of live in a day and age where streaming is really big and people tend to like wait to watch these big blockbusters on streaming services or on VOD or, whatever streaming service you have, people will always now say in their movie reviews, should you go see this on the big screen or should you wait? If you're asking, because come on, I'm only just giving you my own personal opinion. My own personal opinion, I wouldn't even rewatch this movie if it was on a $5 Tuesday. You can just wait to watch this movie when it hits streaming in about like a month or two. You would have not missed anything. There's no mid or post credit scenes to even set up Man of Tomorrow or Clayface, the next movie coming out in like December or no, October, right? There's nothing about this movie that gets you ready for the next movies at all. You can wait a couple months to watch this on like HBO Max when it's there. You've missed nothing when seeing this. So no, if you're asking me personally, you don't need to watch this in theaters. There's hopefully better movies to watch than this movie in theaters right now. Hopefully.
Yeah, you can wait.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's no love lost here not watching this on the big screen.
Plus, here's the thing. Here's the other thing we brought up. So, this is supposed to be part of a cinematic universe. What does it lack?
Good, right? Everything.
What post-credit scene?
Yeah, they put.
No, well, to be fair, I did know. Well, I imagine you guys knew this too. They already announced we're going to have any mid and post credit scenes. I was like, yep, that pretty much seals your. I don't think you always need them, but you guys know what I'm saying. Like, you're not going to even try to set up Clayface, something. Nothing. Green Lantern. You're going to say nothing. All right, they just want you to forget this movie even exists. So yeah, my final thoughts and opinions on this movie is, this is the second, installment in this universe, and I thought Superman was just okay at best. Like it was just really not that good. It was just really forgettable, okay at best. This one is not only just forgettable, it's just really bad. It's just not even good. Like at least Superman has some decent things about it. Like there's some little nuggets there. At least you get like Nicholas Hoult as Lex Luthor. At least he's somewhat interesting. This guy's terrible. I don't know who the fuck this guy's playing, but he's playing retard stupid fuck in this movie. I don't know who this villain was. He was horrible. There's really nothing here. The writing's bad, directing's bad, acting's bad, no epicness. Like, when I watch a super movie, I want some epicness to it. When she puts on her suit, she's just standing like this, smiling. No sauce, no epicness.
Speaking of epicness, how about the No Man's Land scene where Wonder Woman drops the coat, rises up out of the trenches? And I'm like, yeah. She like, if someone tried to shoot her, she like blocks in slow motion. I'm like, see, that's how you do a suit reveal.
Yeah, like, Mr. Terrific was kind of cool. Like, there was some stuff, and I don't agree with most of the. I agree with most of the stuff about the James movie. I do. It's an okay movie at best. There's a lot of holes in there. This is just most of that and not good, and even just on the worst part. Like, I completely gave the movie a 3 in my brain when I saw a kryptonite sun, essentially a green sun radiating green energy, and she's not dead in 12 hours. I'm like, wow, what a piece of shit fucking movie we're watching here. Well, can't wait to watch Clayface, guys, because that's what our next movie should be. Not Batman or Wonder Woman or Green Lantern or Green Arrow or Shazam.
Clayface might actually be pretty good if it's low key kind of.
I mean, we are getting Lanterns next, but as we've seen from those trailers, there's not even green in these fucking trailers. That's called.
Well, they don't want to kill Superman. Green is
no Wonder Woman, no Batman. We are getting lanterns. I guess you want to count that.
Oh God, if you want to call lanterns even a Green Lantern show.
There's no Green Arrow. Like there's nothing here. Fuck. What is this universe? But hey, we're in for the ride. We just only have to get through. Well, movies wise, it's Clayface, whatever that we will review next. I will watch Lantern with these guys. We'll probably do episode reviews of it here when it drops. But god damn, this universe starting off. Like Creature, like TV wise, you have Creature Commandos, Peacemaker season 2, then you have Lanterns. Movies, Superman, which is cool. He should be the start of the universe. Supergirl, and then James Gunn's like, we're not going to release a movie until the script is iron tight, done and good and ready to go. Well,
and he reads all the scripts, so he knew what this was going to be.
Yeah. James, I know you are blinded by cum because you like to let your wife get banged by other dudes while you watch. I don't know what kind of iron tight writing this is.
MSK, he likes other stuff. He likes other stuff. If we take his past tweets as any indication.
He should probably not be next to an elementary school. I'll just say that. Fuck. Goddamn. Oh, well, good luck with the DCU. I mean, I'll still be here having sex with Sydney Sweeney as I watch this movie because, well, writing sure isn't keeping me here. So, yeah, thank you guys for checking out this video. If you guys are returning viewers or new viewers, then please consider subscribing to the channel if you have not already. Leave a like on this video if you enjoyed it and comment down below. Also, make sure you guys hit the notification bell. That way you guys can get notified on whenever I upload a brand new video or go live. I'm MSK, a.k.a. Master Swag King, and we're going to be signing out, guys. See you guys later. Goodbye. Peace. Oh, God. Who's in the chat? Or someone new here? Oh, hi, man. How you doing?
That's my man. He comes from my channel.
Oh, he likes me now. See, Sumerian.
No, he
like
doesn't.
Me. Oh.
No, he doesn't. Run, Somar. Run for your life.
Stay. Mr. Terrific was cool. Rest of the movie awful. They make Superman a complete buffoon like he's done in the.
He wasn't a buffoon in the 90s, Somar. How many times do I have to say this?
I would say he was. I would say he was a buffoon in that movie. Good Lord, man. The part that was so cringe.
He was a buffoon in this movie for sure.
When he got kicked in the balls, I was like, "What are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Shouldn't his balls be made of steel? By that logic, shouldn't his nuts be steel? If you kick that, your foot is gonna break." Whatever, but who knows? Who cares about logic in these fucking movies? That shit went out the window forever.
Well, this movie, Supergirl, the discourse on it kind of broke me. I've been talking about it with people on Twitter and on Facebook groups, and I was calling it mediocre. And I've been arguing with people, and I told this one guy, like about 4 weeks ago, this movie was going to do about $250 million, and he called me an idiot. And we argued. I could not find. I didn't save the tweets. I wish I would have. I was literally scrolling through my phone trying to find this conversation, so I could say, "Hey, dude," And I thought to myself, "What the hell am I doing?" Like, I was getting so mad at these people because everyone's telling me I was either a sexist or I don't know anything about movies. It was a really good movie. I'm media illiterate. I don't know anything about writing. And I was getting pissed. And then I realized, man, I'm just done. So the other day I made a tweet and I put in some of my favorite, I included you guys about some of my favorite creators.
Oh, I remember. Yeah.
Because I'm like, I just wanted to be positive because I was so tired.
I appreciate that, man.
So negative.
Yeah, it was cool. Thank you.
And I was like, I can't anymore.
Wait,
I'm like, I literally
had MSK on that list.
Yeah. See, the thing is,
wait a minute here, bro.
I like to tweet. I don't mind the gesture because a lot of people don't do that. People know I like it when people do that. The problem when you said I was positive, I'm like, I'm positive and negative. I was like, I'm not full positive.
I was positive, and these were creators that I like. But no, it's just like I was sitting there. And I was watching something on TV. I forget. I had somebody on, and I was just scrolling, trying to get in an argument with this guy that I argued with 3 weeks ago. And I'm like, what the hell am I doing? Why am I wasting time? Like, I don't know. And I didn't snap, but I got to stop.
Yeah. For me, I don't mind that. See, I know people bring up your arguments too. I don't mind that. It's because I know I treat it like a Call of Duty Modern Warfare lobby. I just say my opinion, and if people get mad at it, then I just go, it is what it is. Like that's how I treat
I retaliate like an idiot. I get involved. I'm in a pretty good.
Is this Jared? Is this one of your subs or Bob's one of your guys? Oh, well, hi, nice to meet you. If you're new here, then, subscribe. Obviously, I'm top G.
yeah.
I get all the girls. I'm rich and successful. And I have Lamborghinis. These guys,
They just lost him.
You just lost his viewer.
He immediately leaves the stream.
You raised great points. The DCU is finished, and then another reboot. I mean, okay, this might be a hot take. Depending on the Paramount Warner Brother takeover, I want people to really understand Paramount has not made good decisions as a company either. Same with Warner Brothers. If they kept the universe going for like another 5-10 years, I'm not being surprised. I would say kind of halt the brakes on another reboot. That's not happening anytime soon. It might happen. It's not gonna happen anytime soon. Like,
I don't know about a reboot. They should just take what they got, kind of forget some of the bad stuff, keep the actors.
The best thing you can do is just keep going. Like, the best advice I can offer them, you just have to keep going.
Keep going, but replace so
Get
creatively do a reboot.
Get rid of him.
Creatively do a reboot, retcon out like the Krypton stuff, find some way to make that to look at what everyone doesn't like about your universe, retcon out the stuff you need to, and then announce and then actually prioritize the Trinity.
Oh, another thing. Remember in that video I brought up during the review? In that video, he explicitly stated that he wanted each of the projects to feel stylistically different from each other. I knew he was taking a shot at Marvel because, people say about the MCU movies, they all kind of feel the same. He said he wanted each DCU movie to feel differently. What's the real difference between Superman and this movie? I don't really feel like they're that
They
much
all
different,
feel like
honestly.
Guardians of the Galaxy clones.
They do? I thought they were just generic sci-fi crap, but that works too, honestly.
Guardians of the Galaxy clones.
Yeah, and I get it. Like, because Millie loves BBC was like, this movie's about love, and James Gunn was like, this Superman's about kindness. These movies are about kindness and love, and I'll feel none.
Haven't you heard, MSK? Kindness is the new punk rock.
Oh yeah, punk rock.
Dude, if you call yourself punk rock, you're not punk rock.
That's not even. Yeah. Like fucking hell, man.
I will say this. James Gunn's Superman gave the best. It did contribute one positive thing. That one GIF of the monkey on the keyboard.
Oh, that's true. That's what I use for every single black person that talks retarded democratic politics. If they start saying things about Carmelo Anthony and retarded black politics, I use that every single time. Oh, I love it. Oh, another thing, though. One last point, because I know it's late for you guys. One last point is a lot of the discourse surrounding this was really weird because people know I've met Gary and Jeremy and all those people, and I'm going to be meeting them. Hopefully, Jeremy comes this year to Vegas. The Vegas meetup coming up. I'll be going to that. I went the past couple of years. I love going there and talking to people and meeting the people on the show and stuff like that. And it's so weird how like Angry Joe was mad at them for giving their opinions about a movie they paid to see.
Well, he was angry for them prejudging a movie, and I go, going off the marketing.
Right.
If you're going off of the marketing and saying, hey, this looks good, this does not, or I want to go see that, you're prejudging a movie. Even if it's positive, you're still judging a movie.
Yeah. So, no, and I agree. That the other thing I'll add to that is he gave the movie a similar, I haven't seen the full video yet, but in the video, he gives Supergirl basically the same rating that they gave. He raised a few different points, but wait a minute. Why are you raging out at people who is it that hard to be like, hey, I was wrong, it's not good, you were right? Is it that bad? Are people that not humble anymore?
Signaling.
It's so cringe.
It's virtue signaling. It's like, well, he didn't like it and I didn't like it, but I didn't like it for the right reasons. He didn't like it for the wrong reasons. He didn't like it because he hates women. I didn't like it because there was flaws in the script and the plot.
Yeah,
but he hated
Joe
it
was
because
bringing up. Well, it's not as good because it wasn't as good as a comic book. And to be fair to that point, we've been saying that forever. But that doesn't mean that if I think it's bad for different reasons, then mine are invalid. Like, what the fuck? This is a movie. Like, it's so weird. They want like the monopoly on like the narrative. If they say a movie's bad, they want to have control over it. No, but if you say it's bad and your opinion gets more attention than mine. Oh, I can't have that. I can't have you getting more attention than me. No way. I know what's a good movie because I rant and act like a retard on a video. What the fuck? What the hell?
You do that. So
and
you do that.
I'm a genius, as you guys know. But like, it's so weird. He gave Supergirl pretty much the same rating that they did. But my opinions are the right. It's like, oh my god, this just to make you were wrong. It's like, hey, I thought James Gunn was going to do a good job. I said I was wrong. Is it that hard? It's just like, I'm fucking wrong. I made a prediction. That's how predictions work. You could be wrong. You could be right. That's how that works. People.
Yeah, I was hoping that he was going to do well
right?
too. And
I think a lot of people like casually optimistic.
Well, I love the Guardians movies. I like all three a lot. I mean, people kind of bag on the third one. It wasn't quite the strongest, but I actually really enjoyed it because how they wrapped up Rocket's story. Some of the other stuff was a little off, and I liked how they wrapped it up and gave people kind of happy endings like that. You know, Drax, you know, he becomes a dad again, so to speak, and you get a new Guardians group, and Star-Lord's back on Earth. I really loved all three of those movies, and that's why when they hired him, I'm like, okay, but he wants to turn it all into Guardians, and he fumbled Superman so badly.
Oh, when he announced Christina Hodson it's like Christina Hodson, the same.
The minute he put Tom King as in the advising office, that's when I'm like, okay, you lost me.
He lost me at Christina Hodson. Christina Hodson wrote Birds of Prey in The Flash.
Well, she also wrote Bumblebee.
Well, I had a good. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, you're good, man. Go ahead. You're fine.
I had a good palate cleanser for Supergirl. I watched 7 the other day after.
Good choice.
I haven't seen it since I saw it in the theater 30 years ago. And when you know the ending, which I won't spoil because some people probably weren't even born when that came out.
I don't think I've ever seen 7. I don't think I have.
It's a great movie.
Go check it out.
I'm not going to ruin it for you, but when you watch it again after you watch it and you find out the ending, because it changes a lot what goes on in the movie. But it stars Morgan Freeman and Brad Pitt and Gwyneth Paltrow's in it. And it's all about the 7 deadly sins. I'm not going to spoil anymore about a killer doing the 7 deadly sins, and it's outstanding. And I watched that for like I said, first time in probably 30 years. And it really holds up. So that was my palate cleanser from Supergirl.
Oh, God. What was this other thing? Like this random guy, all these bot accounts, you can tell these are bots in India or something like that. Thank you. Come again. You can tell that's what these people. Fucking hell. This guy was like, people going, where was that in the movie? Dog, just say you hate women. This is the whole narrative about why this movie failed. It's all these idiots going, you just don't like women. It is statistically proven more men watched this movie than women did. If dudes truly hated this character, some of them probably did like the movie. I don't know how you can. This movie's horrible. Sure. Let's say someone liked it then. So it's so weird. So everyone that watched it hates the movie, but more men supported it than women did. I don't even know what this logic is. They get vilified if they don't want to watch it. Then they get vilified if they do want to watch it. What kind of landscape are we doing in this fucking place anymore? But kind of wrap it up here. I need to go and hang myself and get the taste of Millie Alcock's lady dick out of my mouth, actually, after seeing her hairy, stinky vagina. Basically, if this was rated R, we would have saw her literally take a leak, you know? Her whole everything would have been. Oh my God! Imagine taking your kids to watch that. Potentially,
I gotta watch some MSKW content.
Yeah,
for this.
I need a palate cleanser from this show.
Yeah.
I gotta get the taste of her big fat cock out of my mouth.
Oh, jeez.
All right,
and MSK would know that because he's with big sweaty men and lives vicariously.
I have sex with women. It's just what I do, obviously. Joe, what are your plan coming to do? Want to let the audience know about?
Yeah, not much. Just working on my book, and I'm kind of getting motivated to get my channel going because I've been dealing with more YouTubers, and I really got to get it going. But that's going to have to hold on. I got my brother's surgery coming up, and I've been trying to help him out. But I have a goal. My first goal is to get it going by June 1st, which I did not hit. Now I have a goal by October 1st. I want to start getting videos produced. So, but we'll see. My brother gets out of the hospital. I might have to stay with him and help out. I don't know. His girlfriend will be doing a lot of that, but they may need help. I don't know. But other than that, just gonna watch some good movies. The next one on my list is Zodiac, which people have been telling me I have never seen that. It's an older movie with Jake Gyllenhaal, and they say it's as good as 7, or some people say it's better. So I'm gonna watch that this upcoming week.
Can't wait for retards to go, well, it's gonna do great on VOD. Even though they don't know.
Supergirl will probably do well on streaming. I mean, comparatively.
Like Blue Beetle did.
I don't know about that, but I think people will say, well, it's part of this, and I kind of like Superman, and it's free, so I'll watch it. But
I know
it doesn't mean it's going to be successful.
I mean, to be fair, this is a side point. I know I should have mentioned this in the review, but I'll just cover it really quickly. The fact that we're hearing that they're fast-tracking Deathstroke and Bane that movie that they announced.
And the Jimmy Olsen and Gorilla Grodd series.
Did they not learn it? I was told that this universe wasn't going to be like the Sony universe where they used villains instead of the heroes.
I don't think that they're fast tracking anything. I think.
Or how about the Jason Todd and Dick Grayson claymation animated puppet show
movie? They might as well just put a Muppets movie on the screen. What retard shit is that?
They might as well say tax write-off.
They might as well just have stick figures and have them like bone each other. Because like, what in the world is that? All right,
it's shadow puppets.
Because they think their audience is stupid. We want to, I want to go see a Muppets, Robin, and fucking Red Hood movie. This just this universe. Who thought that? Who thought that?
So anyway, Jared, what do you got going on?
Yeah, what you got planned coming up?
All right,
having sex.
So tomorrow we're releasing a video on Wonder Woman myths and misconceptions. In other words, what people get wrong about her. I'm gonna do the video where my co-host and I compare Rebirth Superman to New 52 and talk about why Rebirth was a big downgrade. For movie night, we're gonna be talking about the Wolverine, the one where Wolverine's in Japan. Awesome. And that's what I got so far coming out.
Nice. All right, Bob, what do you got planned coming up? Do you want to let the audience know about?
Let's see. I just put out, well, I shouldn't say just put out, but most recent video I put out was a review of Supergirl, so go check that out. Tomorrow, Dad's Turn to Talk live at 9:30 Eastern. We'll be talking Beverly Hills Cop 2, and we also want to take a look at the kind of the movies that have come out in 2026 up to this point, what have been wins and what have been losses. And Supergirl definitely is one of those losses.
Probably not a lot of.
And we're not talking box office. We're talking just
quality
as far as what we thought were wins and losses. And then later this week, I'm hoping to go see that new film Young Washington, because I know everybody's going to rush out to see Minions. So I kind of want to see Young Washington. So hopefully I can get a review of that out.
Okay.
But then again, I might take the July 4th weekend off. So we'll see.
Yeah, as you guys know, for me, anytime we're gonna have to watch a movie, we're probably gonna have to just coordinate it. Like this one, we were all going to see, so I knew we could do a review of this. Next week, we're gonna do Superman because I'm gonna release the Superman one first, and then this one, so that way when Clayface comes out later in October, that one can just come out instantly. And when Man of Tomorrow comes out, when it inevitably does, and
she's supposed to be playing a big role in Man of Tomorrow. We're never gonna be able to escape from Kara.
I mean, we know her. We know she loves all cock. So, I mean, it's just she loves her dick. Fuck. I wouldn't bang this chick knowing she was urinating and then didn't even bother wiping her vagina clean. Man, imagine the dude went and licked that. Some dude licked that chick out, ate her out after she got off the toilet. That's disgusting.
And you do so well sometimes. You're on track. You're talking about good stuff.
Just wait for it.
You're breaking a movie down. The next thing you know, you're talking this nonsense and crazy.
You ever watch Family Feud?
Yeah.
You know, Steve Harvey tells the contestants sometimes it's just better to take an X. That's
just take the L. Okay.
Sometimes it's just better to take the X.
Just take the L.
I'm just pointing out.
MSK, don't change because then whoever runs the MSKW channel has more content.
The problem, she was getting her birthday included getting passed around blackout.
Just take the X.
I'm just pointing out. Some dude.
Don't you have to leave?
No, I'm just pointing out. Some dude.
Minutes ago, you have to go.
Some dude wanted to eat that bitch out after she
enjoy the NAS plaque.
Oh God, you people are gross. If you do that, you're disgusting, and you deserve to be in hell.
Still doubling down.
MSK, didn't you say like 20 minutes ago you had to go?
I know.
All right. Okay.
The longest outro ever.
What do I plan? I might do a game stream tonight. Maybe if I'm not too super tired. I have a Cloud9 podcast. I'm going to do in the Cloud9 podcast season 18. with a black guy who was a fan of the New York Knicks. It was Coach. It was the Coach black guy. We're going to talk about the 2026 NBA offseason because there's been a lot of spicy moves heating up here for the NBA. I should have another Cloud9 podcast. I should have essentially 2 Cloud9 podcast episodes tomorrow and then another MSK show with Nate, actually. So that's pretty much just, I got basically podcasts and game streams coming up. I know Dingus Den is going to praise Supergirl. I have a feeling he liked it. Oh, God, Dingus, if you like this movie. Good.
What a dingus.
Yeah, damn, Dingus. If you like this movie, holy crap. I'll just be like, yep, I understand. That's all I need to say. You know on 2.5 Men when Charlie Sheen was like, I understand. Doesn't even mean I'm even listening. It just means I understand. It's like, I understand. When they're like, all misogynists, they want this movie to fail. I understand. I guess. Yeah. All right. So, yeah. Thank you guys for checking out this episode of the MSK Show. Make sure you guys go and subscribe to Bob's YouTube channel, Jared's YouTube channel. Follow them on Twitter, and we will see you.